Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. We're live. Shenanigans off camera while they were muted. That's why they're all laughing. Hello. Welcome.
Good evening, Mega City. Tonight, these children, villains or monsters, will let the crowd decide. And recent break-ins in children's homes threatening their lives on the rise. What you need to know about being a lawyer in training and protecting young ones around you. All this tonight on the Brockton Bay Book Club. Woo.
Let's go.
Fun tangential fact to kick us off before we get started.
It's actually pronounced Mige City.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Sorry.
No. I'll get us started and then I'll give us our fun fact. Well, welcome tonight. We are the Brockton Bay Book Club. We are a group of friends just recording and reading through Ward by J.C. McCrae. If this is your first time, I'll go through and introduce us. I'm one of your hosts, Alan. Over here we have Hannah.
Hello.
Jacob.
Hello.
Nick.
Hello there.
And of course, our most succulent of producers, Michael.
Hello. Welcome, guys.
Delicious as always.
Oh my god. Right? So frothy. Let's see. Well, man, my brain is freezing up on me because I'm still
What was your
giggling at
tangential fact?
No. We'll get to the tangential fact in a second.
okay.
That's a whole separate thing.
What are we
as
reading
usual,
this week?
We are reading 8.8 through 8.y, the back half of the Arc 8. And boy, howdy, do we have thoughts. But before that, we also have, we do this live every Tuesday for those of you who are not listening live. You can join us, chat, give us suggestions and chat. No spoilers, though, as always. We appreciate. We are reading for most of us the first time. So we're going through this fresh and new. So we're just going to treat it with the no spoilers for anything that's outside of what we have just read. But if you do want to talk spoilers, we've got the Ward Spoilers chat where you can participate by contributing to Bingo, which we're playing every week. I do not have mine up, which I need to pull up, but we play Bingo live, and you can play along too. If you are a patron, you can contribute to the Bingo sheet by going to our Patreon at Brockton Bay Book Club on Patreon and subscribing for as little as $1 a month, which gets you access to all the weird extra things we do, and we are starting to work on it. I think the last one was just my big list of anime recommendations. It was the last one we were working on, and so yeah. All that aside, let's talk about this. What was everybody's initial thoughts on the back half of Arc 8? Just an overview.
I think I'm figuring out Ward a bit in terms of my enjoyment of it. Whereas I'm starting to read it more the way I would read through Unfinished Tales or excerpts from the Silmarillion, right? Where it's this isn't the story in this world that I love, but there's a lot of fun world building and other characters and this kind of stuff that just sort of adds greater context to this overall setting, which is a lot of fun. That being said, I don't think we needed 3 chapters for a talk show. And it was really interesting. Don't get me wrong. We'll get into it. Had a lot of fun with those chapters, but there's a lot of words dedicated to a talk show appearance. In this kind of setting, I do wish we were elsewhere, but I'll get through it. I still liked the chapters. It was really interesting stuff. But overall, a little slow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think for the second half of the arc, it was interesting. I feel like it set up a lot of interesting things for future arcs, which I'm, kind of like you said, okay, there's a lot of other people who were fascinating that I'm curious to know more about. But yeah, it was fine. Felt pretty well paced, but then I remembered it was only half of an arc, so maybe, I was like, oh wait, this is only half. I will say, I don't know if I just wasn't paying attention during Worm, but I feel like either he was writing faster or some. I feel like there's a lot more grammatical errors that just haven't been edited or
Mm.
fixed. Like he hasn't gone back and looked at it as much maybe as he did Worm. Um, and it feels like maybe he's writing faster, but in a way that's leading, like you said, Jacob, to a few more chapters that drag. Where he's like writing more content, but not as concise and not as just put together, if that makes
Hmm.
sense. Not bad, but just something I noticed is it feels like there's a lot more recently. I've noticed grammatical errors and stuff coming up. So
Mm.
points
Interesting.
off if you were in my class, Mr. McCrae.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed these chapters. I actually really liked the talk show. I thought that was really fun. But I tend to enjoy chapters or arcs that are like action and talking and less like thinking and strategizing. I tend to get very much lost in the strategy. That's probably just because I don't have a good mind for it, but like usually I just feel lost. There are like points being connected sometimes where Victoria will be like, "Oh my gosh, I just got the connection." But then like John doesn't say what that connection is and I don't understand what's happening, and it's like not till like 8 paragraphs later that I realize like, "Oh, okay, he's trying to connect back to this." But like I didn't get it in the moment and it didn't feel cerebral, it just made me feel stupid. So anytime we have action or like where things are clearly being spelled out and said and spoken and it's happening out in the real world in real time with real words, like I'm way more engaged in that and like than I am in lots of like heavy packed action scenes where it's just a lot of like a punch and a throw and I flew here and threw him over there. And so in that sense I did really like these chapters because it is a lot of talking as opposed to as much of the like thinking and strategizing. Yeah, I think Jacob, I think what you said is pretty close to kind of how I've been approaching Ward as well. Just like Worm is what I love, and Ward is in the same universe, but like not in the same way that I like and love Worm. And so like reading it as these extra stories, continuation, but like nothing beats the classic kind of mentality a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And there's hints of, I mean, we'll get to the interludes. I loved the interludes.
Yes.
Broken record here. Interludes were the best part of the arc.
Absolutely.
And then there's like, especially Scapegoat's interlude was so good. It was fantastic. And I'm like right
that's
back in it. It's like, here we go again. We're cooking. So yeah, it comes in waves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so inconsistent, which I think is.
That's
But the
I think that's
story of
it.
the story of Ward is there are moments where overall I read through most of this and I was like, man, this was good, I guess. There were chapters that I just kind of glazed over because like we didn't need 3 things for the interview, but I enjoyed them almost separately and then kind of glazed over one of them because it was just boring. And then but then there's moments inside those chapters that I'm like, oh, wait a minute. And then we're lost me again. And then of course
Yeah.
the interludes are always just really good. And maybe that's just because they're so separate almost from the larger. They're not completely separate from the larger story, but in the narrative sense. Like we're not following this one group exclusively. They're just kind of outside of that, which is nice. There's a lot that I like in this chapter that builds on everything that we've been moving past and through. And I kind of wonder if reading this as a full arc, how it would feel with like kind of slow action in the middle and then, ending on kind of this cliffhangery conspiracy note. Like,
Yeah.
I think as an arc, it's got everything in it, but I tried reading this when it was coming out. I just kind of fell off just because I was busy, but I kind of can't imagine reading this as not one continual thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
Did
I
anyone
agree. I
watch?
think it'd be difficult to do that.
Did anyone watch Young Justice, the DC
Watch
animated
the
show?
first season.
A little bit.
I don't think
First
so, no.
season is peak. It's fantastic. Some of the best storytelling DC's done in the animated space. It's all about Robin and Superboy and all the teenage sidekicks.
Yeah.
Season 2, after crazy positive reception, season 2 aged the cast 5 years and made them secondary characters and brought in a whole new team to follow. And understandably, the reaction was, the heck?
Yeah.
I remember we did
Heck indeed.
drop off after like the second episode of that.
And here's the thing, it's still good. Still good. It's a good show. But like you're watching it but I really just wanted to watch my favorite characters do more cool things.
Yeah.
And I'd feel a lot of that with Ward, where it's like, I mean, they're cool characters. I'm having a lot of fun. It's a good world. But like, I kind of wish we were just still following Tattletale and Bitch and
Yes.
and seeing what they were doing in all of this.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if you had the same setting, same pacing, and was those characters, probably totally different opinion of Ward at this point.
Yeah.
But
And to Young Justice's credit, I like the boldness to make a decision like that.
agreed. Yeah,
I
agreed.
wish more shows were like that took the opportunity to, okay, we're doing a sequel. It's not direct. So
I do
Yeah.
agree.
I
Always
I
respect
appreciate that.
Yeah, respect the game.
And in this, I do wish there was a little bit more overlap. I wish Tattletale was more involved. I wish that maybe one character from, if Rachel was in therapy for some reason, like
Right.
in the
Yeah,
therapy
right.
group,
Something
like
like that.
having
Right.
the crossover helps the transition a lot.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, even just
Uh,
more like we started off early on in early arcs where they I forget what territory they went into, and Tattletale's team was sort of also overseeing it, and there was the back and forth that Victoria had with Tattletale briefly on the phone, and
Yeah.
it was great. It was fantastic.
yeah.
Yeah, more of that.
I love that. But yeah,
Yeah,
overall,
I
it's
could
just
see that. It'd be
uh,
cool if it was like somehow like after the whole Fallen thing, somehow Victoria and Tattletale they're like, I'm a hero, you're a villain, but we kind of want the same things. So
Mhm.
maybe
Yeah,
we can
let's
work out this tenuous partnership to try
right.
to make things work together, sort of
Right.
I don't know. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is different though. Another comparison would be like The Legend of Korra to the original Avatar series.
I mean, I'm going to
Yeah.
continually
Mhm.
harp that is exactly what this is.
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah.
that's
Which,
a
I mean,
very
if you
fair
like Legend of
comparison.
Korra, which I like Legend of Korra,
That's good.
then okay,
Yeah.
cool. I think I don't connect as well with Victoria as I did with Taylor.
Mhm.
Taylor had such a good mind for strategy and kind of controlling her bugs and being everywhere at once, and it made it be so that she just did the thing that she wanted to do rather than think and talk and strategize about it. She just did it because she had all these minions at her disposal easily right there. As opposed to Victoria, she thinks and she plans and she has a strategy and she needs to have like her PowerPoint presentation, in her head basically to be
Yeah.
organized. And that's good. Like, to her credit, it's doing the right things as a hero, making sure you have the paper trail. Like, it makes sense. I just don't like it. Like, I don't tend to enjoy that part of the
It's
story.
why heroes in like movies or shows or books tend to be the maverick character because
Mhm.
nobody
The rule
wants
followers aren't fun. The paperwork is not fun.
the paperwork's not fun.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, for me, while of course, it is not fun, I do enjoy them having to do the prep and the calling people, and I wish it was maybe a smaller part, maybe that was shortened, but I do enjoy them running around, making phone calls, getting things approved, sending emails in order to do this cool, to do something.
Yeah.
and I just wish it kind of came across stronger, and was more cleaned up, which is why I think Jacob, Align are dissecting Ward. One day we'll do like a special episode for just that. I think Ward would benefit way more from just an overall editing haul, not even just script wise, like for a show, but just overall Ward needs a rewrite and a touch up to be as good as Worm in terms of
And
continuity.
to your point with enjoying those small things, we haven't really started into it yet, but with 8.8, like Victoria's meeting with major malfunctions is one of my favorite parts of this section. Because
That was really
I
fun.
just kind of love
Yeah.
I just kind of love the major malfunctions too, but also just that vibe of her
Absolutely.
thinking, tell me what you guys can do. How can I use you best? You want to be used. Let's plan that out and figure it out together. And her, realizing the disparity in education between heroes, and what they know. There's a we can get into 8.8 in a second, but it reminded me, the reference that came to mind is there's an XKCD comic where they're like, well, everybody in this industry knows blank about blank. And it's like how people who think their interest in something is casual talk about it. And all I could think of is like, it's like, well, every, two chess people being like, well, everybody knows the French opening and what en passant means. And then it's like average people are like, wait, you mean the castle's called a rook? Is that, that's the vibe of the Victoria talking to the major malfunctions, where she's like, everybody knows where powers come from. And they're like, what?
They're like, what?
Yeah.
Gosh.
Which is a great tie-in to like the rest of the arc.
Right.
Talking about that.
Yeah.
Before we get into it, I'll tell you my rant thing that I have. The voice that I do at the beginning, the Brockton Bay Book Club, I've talked many times before, comes from the narrator of Irrational Games' Freedom Force, which is a Silver Age of Comics real-time strategy, build your own superhero or use the superheroes they have in their world. Very fun. And I was listening to a wonderful YouTube channel the other day called I finished a video game. I think I played a video game. Guys just banging out videos over franchises, and he covers the BioShock franchise. All of this to say, I did not realize the guy who created Thief, System Shock 2, BioShocks, all of them, and also did Freedom Force 1 and 2, and SWAT and Tribes of Vengeance are all like headed by this one guy called Ken Levine. And like as they're listing the things, I'm like, I think I like everything this guy touches. Like,
Nice.
I know that Freedom Force and its sequel did not do well, but darn it if they aren't like fun to play. It's a superhero real-time strategy game where you can build your own superheroes and use them in the story mode. Cool. Like, come on.
Yeah.
What's not to love? And then as they progress, you can give them different powers or upgrade whatever powers they have. And oh man. Huh. Anyway, if you, I figured Worm fans would love to go play that. I've probably talked about it enough.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
Oh, like
good one.
Shout out on our Patreon to Wonderland for finding the exact XKCD comic I was talking about. Holy cow. Amazing.
Oh, no way.
Thank you very much.
Perfect.
Yeah. Fantastic. It's just silicate chemistry is second nature to us geochemists, so it's easy to forget that the average person probably only knows the formula for olivine and one or two feldspars and quartz, of course. So just says, even when they're trying to compensate for it, experts in anything wildly overestimate the average person's familiarity with their field.
Yep. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's great.
And that was the conversation. Well, should we get into 8.8? I can
Let's
read
do it.
if
Yeah,
we're
let's
ready.
do it.
Let's go.
Alrighty. 8.8. Antares meets with the major malfunctions and assigns them to follow prison guards in case of betrayal. Kinsey finds Goddess and loses a camera, and Kinsey's parents begin to share their story. So
Major
yeah,
malfunctions.
I love the major malfunctions. I need to get their names again.
Caryatid or Caryatid, finale,
Caryatid.
and withdrawal.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. and just
I like
oh
them a
man,
lot.
yeah, I feel like between the names Breakthrough and Major Malfunctions, we've really got some great
Mhm.
The major
some great
malfunctions
team
were
names.
basically the name we were trying to pick for the
Yeah,
therapy
yeah,
group.
Yeah, pretty
exactly.
much. Yeah. Ugh.
Oh man. So yeah, funny group. Um, very very diverse. Obviously, like kind of slapshod costumes and um, it's great. They are the vibe of what I feel like most hero teams would be like, right? Like we have to remember we've kind of dealt with big metropolis hero teams, but I feel like the major malfunctions, they are the hey, there's this small town team who's saved a dog and stopped a purse
Yes.
robber. Like that's
Yeah.
all they've done in their career. I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think just for writing wise, it was really fun describing how the malfunctions move towards Victoria. I think was
Mhm.
a standout of some writing here, where like finale starts. I if I remember right, starts first like skipping towards her energetically, but Caryatid like does the moving chess piece just straight up to her, and
Mhm.
then withdrawal takes like 2 steps in like the power armor, and they all beat finale there.
Yeah.
I was like, what a great like just describing. I mean, I feel like it describes their power and personality to just like
Yeah.
Mhm.
instantly, like just how they all like, oh, there she is, and then move towards her. Just
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And just which one's the one with the syringe on
withdrawal.
them?
Yeah,
Withdrawal.
that's
Yeah,
withdrawal.
just the way she describes his costume is like looking like it's gonna fall apart at any moment. She's like constantly worried she's gonna have to catch him before he falls over. It's
Right.
good,
Yeah, fun group.
good times. Yeah.
It's how we would it's, us if we were superheroes. Just
Oh
like
yeah,
hanging
Yeah.
for
around.
sure.
We like don't
Don't
know
ask me how this
things and
works.
we're
It just
like
does.
exactly.
Yeah.
We're like, we just want to help. Like, oh,
Yeah.
it's the you guys are getting paid for this? Like we
Yeah.
we just
Yeah.
be like, we're in costume and we're helping, and that's the best
Oh
we've got.
gosh.
Yeah. I mean, it's great too, Hannah. We've got you as our costume designer, you know.
Bro, I would
Um,
design us some sick costumes. Hell
yeah.
yes.
We looking so good.
We've got Jacob for funding and
Jacob for
Alan for
funding.
strategy.
Jacob for
Jacob's
funding.
our sugar daddy for funding.
Oh god. We're not getting far.
No,
Patrons
we're not.
are our sugar daddies.
Ah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
A collective sugar daddy.
The patrons, yeah.
Okay, what would that look like
We'd
though
go,
if it
we'd
was
go the
like a
lead.
team of
Uber and lead.
Ugh.
Yeah. The
like
Uber
yeah,
elite
no,
route.
exactly
Stream
though.
everything.
Like
Yeah.
superhero team that's run by the stream or the
Yeah, yeah.
Patreon
Yeah.
members.
That'd be
Should
great.
I save this man?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
If I
Should I go after that
pay
purse
likes
snatch?
in building from burning down.
Chat, should I violate his human rights?
Yeah.
No!
All I can hear is the like funk, like that soundbite. The
I don't
I don't
believe
believe in human rights.
I can't. It's so
Oh.
terrible, but it's still probably one of my favorite sounds on the
That's funny.
soundboard. Oh boy.
Chad, thank you for 420 glizzies. We're gonna go into glizzy overdrive on this guy.
Oh boy.
Oh no, why glizzy? Oh.
Okay, we
what else we
another
got?
fun we
thing
like.
To talk about. I've always loved the name. I don't know how you actually pronounce it, but either way is fun. Caryatid or Caryatid.
Yeah.
Good question. I always say caryatid in my head, but
Yeah.
let's
it definitely
see
sounds-
what Google says.
It
the
sounds
audiobook
like
said caryatid.
yeah.
Caryatid.
And it sounds like a beetle, perhaps,
Be it-
or if you say like caryatid,
Yeah.
like a blood
Kinda like
vessel you
cryptid.
shouldn't cut.
Caryatid is what Google
Yeah.
says.
But
Caryatid,
a caryatid, I didn't know what it was. A stone carved female figure that is structural to the building. So think,
Oh, like a pillar, like the Greek.
Yep.
The
that
in
is, Yep.
the pillars. There's a lot of
those
discourse about
those
them.
are caryatids,
Hmm.
and it's a whole like from
Cool. Caryatid.
caryatid. Yeah.
Carry it. That's cool.
Cool.
Cool. That's so cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You know,
That
I'm
was
gonna be
cool.
honest. I think my brain autofilled the word Katie did, and I've been thinking it was a bug this whole time.
Okay, which is why I thought beetle.
Is it?
I
Is
also
it
was
not?
thinking beetle,
Yeah,
but
I
I
was
was kind
thinking
of
beetle,
mentally
but no,
thinking like cryptid
caryatid.
adjacent.
What's a Katie
Caryatid.
did?
Well, that's
Caryatid.
much cooler than I thought it was.
Michael,
That's so much
I'm
cooler
glad
than
you
we thought.
asked.
Yeah.
It's a bug that is really loud and annoying at night, except the sound it makes sounds like Katie did. Katie did. Katie did.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
It's up
Terrifying.
there
The
with
bugs
like,
will
pine
kill us.
beetles when they get really, really loud. And I'm trying to think of other bugs
Look,
in the
bugs are
night.
loud outside my window. I don't have to know which
Yeah.
ones they are.
Yeah.
That's Taylor's
right.
job.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah. Major malfunctions. I love them. They're great. I
Yeah.
think they bring an interesting
Yeah.
dynamic, especially when they describe like they're very much teenagers, like
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
upper
Yeah.
end. Even Finale, who something
Mm.
happened with the powers there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's so interesting to me that there's like even with the lack of access, to information, public access to information regarding powers. And they say later when they're on the talk show that there was a book released by the protectorate or by somebody, who's
Mhm.
supposed to be the expert on supers and powers and parahumans, and it's not true. It's like, oh, some of it's made up and some of it's a lie, and that idea that like there's so much this team doesn't know because they just
Yeah.
don't. They haven't had like the PRT looking out for them and giving them the information and the training and the schooling we saw the wards have in Brockton Bay with classes and, not PRT 101, but Parahumans 101 and stuff like that. So there's so much, it makes me wonder how much of a gap there is in their knowledge of like just even how their own powers work and why they work that way. Because they didn't know about what's her name? Not Encore. The music one.
Sorry, what?
They didn't know about.
The girl in the
Finale?
group that Finale, thank you. Yes.
Finale?
She's
Oh,
she's the one in the like marching band kind
Marching
of
band outfit. Yeah.
military uniformish with the note on it. Yeah,
Yep.
Finale. I don't know why my brain wants to keep calling her Encore. I'm gonna probably.
That's a good name too.
Encore might be a cooler name, you
Yeah.
might say. That might be why.
But
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
and that whole thing about the PRT propaganda but in the sense of like propaganda because they just didn't want people self-harming, so they would try to get
Yeah,
powers.
absolutely.
Like,
Which is a valid
okay, it makes
reason
sense.
for gatekeeping that knowledge.
Um,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But it's an interesting paradox that they mention where it's like if you want to get powers or think you might get powers to save you, you probably still won't because that means you're not quite low enough yet.
You're not low enough yet. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that comes up back later with Natalie.
Yeah. Which I like.
Which I thought that was a good callback to that. I thought that was
Yeah.
good.
There's also a callback to I think they call them the black trench coats, which is something that's mentioned all the way in Glowworm. That Armstrong is actually talking about. That there were a couple of kids, originally I think 3 involved that involved some torture, and they only caught them because they were going to the store to get more power tools, and they were trying to make powers happen. And they did end up getting powers later when the girl was sent to the asylum and the boy was, I think, in jail or something like that, or on the run. And then they got powers. And then they end up meeting back up. And they're currently loose. And they even say, yeah, we know where they are and we're keeping an eye on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. So
Mm.
yeah, yeah. Or even like we see that with Bonesaw as well, like studying the Corona Polenta, like
Yeah.
um trying to force powers and force second triggers
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Understand.
Try to understand where they
Yeah.
come from, how they work. Very interesting. Very
Boundaries.
interesting
Yeah.
stuff.
It gives off that like the malfunctions are in a small town and they're not like internet people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that they
Mhm.
like their resources they've pulled from the local library, you know.
Again, they're from North Dakota. They don't have internet up there.
You're right, they don't have internet. We discussed this last time, I think.
We've discussed this last time. Yeah.
This is funny. One of my
Um,
coworkers is from North Dakota.
I think you brought that up last time too.
I probably
I-
did.
Yeah.
No, but like for real, we were talking today about like things being very like people who don't touch grass and people that do, and like
Yeah.
honestly, Taylor kind of in between. Like she was very online, but also very like going out running, doing things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it kind of feels like these kids were on the like, oh yeah, we were like out trying to do stuff, trying to figure this out. And they were like, well, why didn't you go to Parahumans Online? And they're like, what? That'd be like somebody saying, why didn't you go to Reddit? And somebody would just be like,
Yeah.
what the heck is Reddit?
What's Reddit?
Because
Yeah.
that's the correct answer for a normal human being is what the heck is Reddit? Like,
Yeah. 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 Well, and like it's this vibe of they're so small town, they think to themselves literally, well, what's the best way for us to do this? Well, we'll
Right.
just walk around and see if any crime happens, I guess.
we'll
Like,
make some phone calls.
Be on the streets.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and for other things for 8.8, got us doing the Jim look to the camera during the office and breaking the
Ooh.
camera is funny. Um,
Jim look.
just her like eye contact, camera breaks.
Love it.
Yeah, that there really wasn't much else with 8.8. It felt like the end kind of came quickly. And then we hear, Kenzie's parents are starting to share their story. So the
They can
theory that
shut
we
the
had
fuck up.
Yeah.
oh, for sure.
Who
The theory
asked?
we had about them being alternative Earth versions of her parents appears to be wrong. They
Mhm.
Yep.
were
Right.
her original parents. They were just like, we were fine without you. Why did you find us? Leave us
They
alone.
were just douchebags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We honestly we were trying to give them a more sympathetic angle when it turns out
really
they
were.
just sucked.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're trying to make them human when they're bad at being human.
Yeah.
Exactly. And again, I don't know. I guess after the end of the world, you want to cling to something that you recognize, even if it's awful. And I guess that's why Kinsey tried to find her parents.
Yeah.
I don't know. It
makes
still
sense.
feels like she made the wrong choice, and even I don't know. so many other people that she's hurt who have hurt her that she should have looked at first. I feel like, besides
Yeah.
finding her parents,
Right.
Right.
like
Also that kind of like
yeah.
I don't necessarily understand how human relationships work, so I will force them to happen kind of a thing. So
mhm,
yeah, that
yeah,
too.
yeah,
As Fran says in chat, I can't believe those fucking robots would expose her like that. Guys, this is the dangers of AI.
Yeah,
Your fake
it's true.
AI parents that your mother dragon made. Unleashing, all the secrets that you've had.
We had so many interesting theories about them. Turns out they just suck.
Yeah.
I do it's one of those things where it's like he did linger a long time on the fact that they would just when the reveal came and they were just sitting at the table not moving, and like the language was really odd during that section. So I still like to
Yeah.
cling to something more being up, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just yeah, I'm with you on that. I agree. There was something too weird. And I guess them being assholes is enough, but also not enough for me.
Well, assholes
In my
combined
view.
with the fact that they were under constant surveillance, and I
Yeah.
think
Constant.
That's
That's a
just the
lot.
idea that every action is being recorded. It's better just not to move.
Well,
not to
she
do
specifically
anything.
said like she
Don't
was
move
keeping them
until I
under
get
threat of
back.
like, oh yeah, if you mess up, I just send the blackmail out. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
so that's why they were like, they would say stuff, but they wouldn't like physically do anything most of the time
Mhm.
because
Mhm,
she was
mhm.
like, you sit there and eat your food and don't get up till you eat your food. And they're not about to eat it. So they're just
Right.
like, well, if
Yeah.
I get up and she's a child who gets
Yeah.
gets pissy all of a sudden, what's to stop her from just being like, oh, blackmail it is, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
True.
What a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's rough.
And
Well,
Bernard, we will get to
8.9.
your question. Is Kenzie's parents justified? Are they justified in going on the show?
Yeah, we should definitely talk about that.
Yeah. I mean, do we want to wait until we get onto the show?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do 8.9 then.
You-
If we're good on 8.8. Good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
8.9. Breakthrough deals
the
with their
juicy
first PR crisis. Victoria
Mhm.
calls Brandish. The team is hiding something from Victoria, but they plan to get out ahead of the public narrative by trading info for airtime. Yeah. So this one felt a little bit slow. This is kind of what we were saying about these next three, feeling like maybe they could have been two or probably two.
Right.
But I really liked the conversation between Victoria and Brandish. And again, it's this thing of like, when she's Brandish, she's cool. When she's Carol, she sucks. And
Yeah. Right.
right.
Yeah.
Because I was
Yeah.
like, dang, this was a really good conversation. Oh, it's because she's in costume. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was gonna
can-
say because we're literally gonna have a conversation
in-
later that's
Yeah.
just on
Yeah.
kind of the opposite.
Right.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
in like power mom mode and it works. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
When she's
hopeful and
Mrs.
it's
Business, you
Yeah.
know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Captain
Also,
Business.
two things that came to mind in this chapter. Number one, no wonder Victoria hates Nazis. They fucking murdered her aunt.
Yeah.
Forgot about
Like,
Oh yeah.
Forgot about that.
I forgot. I was like, yeah, kind of puts her beating the shit out of the guy in the back alley into like a little bit of a lighter perspective for me. I'm like, oh yeah, it wouldn't have been, that for, she was a child when it happened, but that's a core memory to have your parents be murdered by Nazis. Like,
that. Yeah.
ooh,
Mhm.
like, and then what's said later of, oh yeah, the like, oh, this is weird to say, as as your daughter. She's like, well, it was weird as a mom to tell a 12-year-old girl to break a guy's arm or whatever, and you're
Yeah.
like, but you get over it. You're like, whoa,
You
That's
move
life
past
in the big
it.
city.
yeah. I was like, oh, Victoria being a dick to Nazis wasn't just like her doing that because they murdered her aunt. It's because her mom probably was like, and this is how we treat them. Now go ahead and break the bone, dear. Here, I'll hold his ankle
Now
down.
snap the
Just
wrist.
imagine some like Empire 88 initiate just doing the no. Wait. And she's like, now, honey, if you want to really do the most damage possible, just take your hand on his femur. I'll do the left, you do the right. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh my god, the femur. Not the double femur.
Nah, you go for the pelvis every time. It's the biggest. I think it's the biggest solid bone in your body.
Ooh.
Cracking that's whew.
Do I need to play the soundbite, Alan?
Oh, the actual sound. The wait. No.
Damn, like, why do I feel bad for the Nazis?
I forgot we keep that one around.
Why do we keep that around?
For moments like this.
For moments like this.
This
Never
is
Um,
how we get canceled. People are
So,
gonna
yeah.
take us out of context, and that's the end of that.
I've been waiting for
For the
a reason
record,
to
we
use
don't
that.
feel bad for the Nazis.
No, we don't.
No,
Not in the
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
no, we
Break
don't.
their
Not these
femurs.
ones. I was talking about the child ones that were getting bullied
Right.
Oh,
real hard.
Yeah, yep.
the context.
The
There was
context.
context.
Yep.
There was, it was one of those things like, look, these are kids, they're stupid, but they could still get help. Anyway, continuing at 8.9 with all the phone calls.
Yeah. Yes.
We call it paint fumes.
Paint fumes. I kind of love it though. I'm here for it. It's fun.
Once again, I think I said it last time. I'll say it again. Fume hood they were like, oh yeah, later on they're like, oh, Tempura's out, but Fume Hood's in. And I'm like, well,
I
of
think it's
course Fume
Tempera,
Hood's in.
not tempura.
Tempera. Of course Fume Hood's in. Fume Hood is ride or die. Like,
Yeah.
Fume Hood
True.
has been, and
Yeah.
they were talking about how long in the game Fume Hood has been. I'm like, yeah, Fume Hood has a lot of experience on both sides, and is like, actually, you're doing great. And then I think at one point they sent Fume Hood to go watch the major malfunctions. I was like, oh hell yes, hell
It's a good
yes.
mashup. I love that.
Ah.
That's great.
That we just need
Fantastic.
that group now. We need Fume Hood coaching the major malfunctions.
I would love that. I
Like,
think
look,
that could be so fun.
here's what the
Yeah,
villains are
that's
gonna
cool.
want to do. Well, I know because I was a villain. Here's what you need to know as a hero.
Wow,
Okay?
you're a villain. And they'll like sit around the campfire, like, wow.
Yeah.
It's giving
I feel like
Kronk at the end of
we need to
Emperor's
go to
New Groove,
superhero camp.
Yeah.
teaching all the kids how to speak squirrel.
Oh yeah,
So,
you
imagine
took
it.
my acorn. Squeak,
Yeah.
squeakin', squeak, squeakity.
We're gonna end up. That's how we're gonna find Fume Hood and the
Yep.
major
Oh, we
malfunctions.
It's
do
perfect.
Squeakin', squeaker, squeak, squeakity.
I have to ask everyone. I know we get our answer at the end of the arc, but what did everyone think that the secret was that the team was hiding from Victoria when she got back?
I thought Weld had broken up with Sveta.
Oh,
And
that's
Sveta was
good.
like a wreck and was like, I can't talk about this, but it had something to do with Victoria. That's what I thought it was at first, which I was like, that's dumb. You should just talk about it. I still think it's dumb. They should have just.
They should have just talked about it. But
Honestly,
I
to be
get it.
honest, I don't feel like it was necessary. I think.
What was the secret again?
That Goddess
It's
was
that
meeting with Amy.
is with
yeah,
yes,
Oh,
that
that's right. Yeah, that's
Amy and her lemur have been hanging out with Goddess, which
Yeah.
Dot.
I'm
Amy
so
and
glad
definitely
that
Dot.
Dot is still around.
Dot is
yeah,
still around.
that's
Yeah.
great.
Yes.
Fantastic.
But also-
Absolutely fantastic.
I guess
Ready.
we're jumping ahead just to that moment. But
Oh,
is that the first confirmation? I mean, we figured, but did first confirmation that Amy survived the
Yes.
explosion
Yes.
first
too?
confirmation, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
It is.
So we all, I mean, we
Um,
all knew.
Yeah,
but still.
because that the primary facility where Bonesaw, uh, Nilbog, and Amy
Nilbog,
were
yeah.
most commonly
was-
spending their time was part of what was caught up in the explosion.
Yeah.
So we have
Yeah,
some
which
confirmation
is where
that Amy is still around.
which is where Yamada was
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
offices.
fingers crossed.
Yeah.
You know, it would
Yeah.
be nice to continue
cool
to have
if they were
happy
fine.
dreams. In
But it would
regards.
be par for the course if Amy survived and fucking
Yeah, but it, yeah.
I don't even want to
absolutely.
think
We
about it because
couldn't
it
have
makes me
nice things
mad.
like that.
Yeah.
And then I wrote, and now we compare Taylor's interview with Victoria's.
Yeah, we can get. I feel like that's more in 8.11, but yeah, we'll get definitely that interview is interesting for sure.
Yeah.
Do we want to
we
just
wanna do eight-
combine? I was going to
8:10?
say
8:10 and 8:11.
Yeah.
All right, 8:10 and 8:11. The team decides which of them will be on the air. Kinsey shows Nieves an audio recording of her parents. Antares, Lookout, Capricorn, and Swan Song go to the interview. On 8.11, team breakthrough debates with the showrunners who dig into the heroes' pasts. There's a discussion of Gold Morning. Bear humans aren't as screwed up as is believed, and there's a Taylor reference. The summary says name drop, but it's not a name drop. Specifically, not a name drop. It's a reference.
No name is.
it's
dropped.
it's
No
an
name is
internal
dropped.
name drop.
Hmm.
'Cause she
Yes,
does-
it's an
she does say
internal
her
name
name.
drop. She does say her name.
Internal,
Yeah.
With some-
Yeah. Okay.
Name
One
drop.
thing before they get to the interview and they're talking about who's going to go. Jacob, I wanted to harken back to your theory about Chris being a Nilbog spawn.
Ooh.
Because
like
and I don't know if he's a Nilbog spawn. He might be something similar though, like a Bonesaw spawn somehow, or a who else would make stuff? Something similar though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who did Bonesaw take over? plant guy. What's his name again?
Oh,
Blasto.
Oh, Blasto.
Blasto, yeah.
So
Yeah,
Chris makes a very interesting statement in 8.10 where he says something about like,
Yes.
that's just the way I'm put together.
Yes!
Oh,
And I'm
yeah.
like, fascinating, Chris, that you would
Yes.
describe your existence as
Yes.
being put together. Like, and obviously people say that. They're like, well, that's just the way
Yeah.
I'm put together, you know. But
This is the way I'm
in
made.
Chris's case, it felt like a very specific, this is the way my body has been created kind of
Mhm.
thought,
Yes.
you know.
I'm
May-
so glad you brought that up.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like it.
I
maybe
mean, I was thinking it
I
while
like it.
reading it.
You
I
know,
had the same
maybe-
thought where I was like,
maybe
ah,
he's Simurf baby.
A little Frankenstein's monster.
Smurf baby,
I do
perhaps.
love
Yeah.
it.
a Sir
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Or maybe, yeah. Could
Hmm.
be an echidna baby. I mean, I don't know. Could even just be a broken trigger person who drank half a vial like echidna did, you know?
You
Yeah,
know?
you never know.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's all. I just thought that was an interesting phrasing.
No, that's good.
I am a little sad that
Yeah.
Gary's involved with the parents because I kind of respected him for being the one who's like,
So
you
did
know,
I.
we need to have some accountability for these parahumans, and unfortunately he chose the worst people to try to use as his people to bring justice to the parahumans, you know? Like, just ugh.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's funny because we were literally just, a couple episodes ago talking about
Bro, that show's on screen.
No.
Stop it. You just
Jacob.
Why is that showing?
Jacob, I'm so sorry.
No way, delete
I'm
it.
sure you can all see it. Jacob just
Delete
put
it,
something in
delete
our
it.
internal chat. And
No.
there
our
it is.
audio
Delete all the
Right on the
messages.
live.
For our audio
I
listeners, I'd like to tell
apologize
you what
on
Jacob
behalf of
typed.
this podcast.
Oh, no,
Hold
no,
on.
no,
would
no,
you
no,
share
no.
that?
Just make
No,
them
no,
Try to
delete.
send it.
make them go watch the
Instead of-
video. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, you have
They
to watch it.
They have to watch. They have to
We
watch.
can delete
Okay.
it from
Come
our
to the
history, but
YouTube.
we can't delete it from the replays.
It's great because I was reading off to the side with something for later, so I have no idea what just happened.
That was peak comedy. That was so good.
It's okay, watch the
That's
live.
hilarious.
Watch the video and you'll see.
Gosh, that was so
Good
funny.
times.
Gosh,
Good
it's
times
okay.
for all.
Anyways,
Oh my gosh.
I totally forgot what I was saying. We completely derailed.
Me too.
God damn it, Jacob.
I'm not sorry. I
Gary,
apologize.
not trusting parahumans.
Oh yes, yeah. It's so funny because we were literally just talking about this a couple of episodes ago, where we had the Gary Nieves interlude. I think that was 2 episodes ago, and we were debating the whole thing of like, well, was he justified in making the stand, making the statement, making the speech that he did? And I feel like I think we were pretty divided in terms of like, it's a tough situation, like what he's dealing with what he's experienced from the human side of it. Like a lot has not been shared with the humans in regards to the planets that they live on and the multiverse and how the world ended. They don't even know. And so it's like this, it's a tough situation all the way around. And so
Yeah.
being in that space where we're like, I don't know, maybe he is justified in making these statements, and then have him be so like blatantly see the evidence right there in front of him with like look-sees video audio combo and be like, yeah, well, you can alter video, and then storming off. Like all of my I think you said it, Jacob, all my respect, just that was the end of that.
Yeah, and
Just-
it's
My dude.
I don't know. I mean, I think in a way, kind of to retract something we had talked about with him before. Like he had talked previously about how he dropped out of the governor race because he felt like parahumans were involved and that gave them an unfair edge.
Yeah.
I think though, the more I think about it, part of what Victoria is trying to say here with all of this with him to appeal to him is like, look, no matter who you are, human, parahuman, whatever, you can never fully know what somebody's ulterior motives are. You can never
Right.
fully know if somebody has an edge on you in some way, whether it's an actual power like a parahuman or just in life, somebody might have an edge on you because maybe they're smarter than you, maybe they're better looking than you, maybe they're more charismatic, whatever that edge may be that you can't always help. And part of what makes society even functional at all is this level of trust of like, look, I might have an advantage over you, but I have our best interests in mind in trying to build that trust and work together. And what's frustrating about this is very reminiscent of all those times where Taylor was right about something, but nobody would listen to her, is
Yeah,
exactly
right.
how I felt about Victoria, where she's like, you guys aren't getting it. Like, yes, parahumans are dangerous. But as we can see in reality, if parahumans didn't exist, it doesn't mean like regular humans wouldn't be out killing each other and fighting and,
Absolutely.
doing terrible things. Like, that's just the world. It just is exaggerated by superpowers, and we still need to work together. And
Right.
it felt very reminiscent of all those times where Taylor was like, "No, guys, I have the answer," and everybody's like, Taylor, just don't worry about it. We'll
Yeah.
handle this. The adults are talking, Taylor. It
Right,
felt
right.
very much
Exactly.
like that.
Yeah.
Why
It's so
she became a
frustrating.
warlord.
Yeah, exactly.
This
Exactly.
is what happens. You don't listen to children, they become warlords.
Yeah.
And they
eventually
kidnap
they
their parents.
Eventually they mind control the whole world and kill God.
Kill God. Yeah. Yeah, it's sad. Like it's frustrating and because so many years have gone by, like because so much has happened. Like capes have been around for it's been what 20ish years that we've had capes. 30-ish.
Longer than that, I think,
So I
because
think this
30,
takes
40.
place in what 2014, I think is the time
About
period.
30, 40
yeah, so
years,
like right at
something
30
like
Okay,
that.
years.
so
Yeah.
30, 40 years.
Yeah.
In that sense, you most people, most adults have lived with capes their whole life. It's like trying to fathom a universe where internet doesn't exist. Like where internet is just not there. Like the way that the world works is wrapped around capes and wrapped around powers and how we deal with them. It's in our law, it's in our rules, it's in our schools, it's in everything that we do. And this idea that like, oh yes, capes are the problem. Like, no, bro, we have corrupt politicians regardless. Like you're gonna end up with people like exactly what you just said, Nick. I don't know
Yeah.
why I'm trying to paraphrase what you
No, that was
said.
good.
Yeah, it's
That's good.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not gonna be different because you don't have capes or because you try and cripple the capes. I don't want to say cripple, but like
Yeah.
Handicap them.
handicap
Yeah.
the capes, I guess is the correct term, but I don't like that either. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
like, okay, we're gonna somehow do this, and by doing this, we'll have a fair system. Like the system isn't fair. Nothing about this is fair. Like nothing
Mhm.
about humanity is fair. Like it sucks.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do
Yeah.
about it?
Yeah. It's
Trust each other, I guess.
and I think just the difference is what I've often thought of in my mind is like the monarchy democracy problem where like
Mm.
a good monarch in the sense of like a good superhero will always will be able to do more good for a country and for a people than a good democracy can because the
Mhm.
process of democracy takes a lot longer than just one person deciding this is what's good for society. But a bad monarch theoretically does a lot more damage than a bad democracy because again the processes of democracy take so long to do evil that
Right.
a bad person just saying I'm going to destroy everything acts and hurts a lot faster. And it's that power dynamic problem, I think, where Gary's thinking if we just get rid of the monarchs, then good or bad monarchs, whatever they are, we'll get rid of them, things will be better. But in reality it's just a slower process of good and evil, and it's still the same good or evil. But with the the powers that the parahumans have exaggerate it, where it's
Mhm.
like, wow, that parahuman destroyed a whole country. But a bad democracy can destroy a whole country too, like
Yeah, right.
so it's just different. Yeah. And I will say I'm proud of Kinsey for being willing to be on air. I am
Mhm.
so disappointed that she didn't tell the whole story, and I get why. I get why she didn't. She doesn't want people to just think of her as the victim and for that all to be out there about her family. But man,
Yeah.
if it wouldn't do some good to
Yeah.
get them just to see like, hey, no, regular humans can be monsters too.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. Since that is such a big crutch of what the conversation was
Mhm.
about with these news hosts, I was just like, man, just for them to see, no, like regular people are what cause people to trigger most of the time. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It's also one of those things where, like, I mean, no talk show is ever going to give you the space to actually say the truth. Like, that's not how it's
yeah,
designed to be. It's designed to shock and awe and scandalize. It's not meant to, like, find the truth. It's meant to entertain. And, like, reality TV is the exact same. There's nothing real about it. Most of it's scripted. A lot of it is reshot anyways. Like, you know, oh yeah, you were just scandalized. We're gonna roll that again, except bigger, more, and like that's how it is. And this idea that I think Victoria was really smart in going of like, well, we know that they're going to target us. We already know that they're gonna hit us on all sides and try and trip us up. But instead of trying to focus on telling the truth, we're gonna try and turn the narrative as much as we can. Which, I mean, genius on her part, obviously. Like, this girl was made to have a good brain for PR shit.
hmm
Because I know, like, I'm sitting there as they're talking, I just got angrier and angrier, and I was listening to the audio, so it felt like I was listening to the radio show, basically as it's playing out, and like it made me fucking pissed. And if I had been in their shoes, I would have done exactly what Victoria did and gone off the rails and just been, used the aura and been like, fuck you, first of all, and then really gone off. And I think Victoria handled that as best as she could with her. And that's throwing her, the wretch form out there in a sense by describing that and bringing
Yeah.
this out.
Yeah.
That was so low. That was
Mhm.
dirty.
Mm.
Holy shit. Like, how fucking dare you? And, they get into the how dare you? But,
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I didn't like how Nieves was like, and that, ladies and gentlemen, was a demonstration of power. It's like,
Yeah.
buddy, they know. I
Yeah.
think everybody knows that powers are a thing and work in funny ways. Like, this isn't a gotcha. Like, people aren't
Yeah.
expecting. It felt really weird. Like he's got them now. Those
Yeah.
powerful capes. Oh, those tricksy powers.
Yeah, and of course, the moment they're making any progress, they go to a commercial break, right? Where it's
course.
like,
Yeah, right,
oh yeah, we
right.
can't have them winning. We got to go to a commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's so us versus them. It's so,
Yeah.
like
But I did think that Victoria being like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna spill some truth about Gold Morning, and people might get upset at me for doing this, but I'm gonna tell you
I
guys
love that.
goddamn
part of
fine.
what really happened.
Yeah.
One of the interesting things that confirmed for me is if I recall from Kepri's perspective, the team of tinkers that were working to make the god punching gun at the very end,
Yeah.
she was like, am I controlling them or are they doing that? I think Victoria here confirms they were just doing that. They realized,
Yeah.
like, although
Yeah.
Kepri got everybody together, even after losing control of them, they were like, no, she was right. Like, we all know, like, we all saw the visual in our head of what she wanted us to do. Let's do it. Like
Yeah.
they realized she was right. Once again, justifying her narcissism, but hey, that's
When she's right, she's right,
yeah.
Yeah.
Can't be upset about it.
Yeah. But I thought that was interesting, just as a side note of like, okay, that does confirm they were acting of their own free will at that point, that they had
Yeah.
figured out what Taylor had showed them, and that was enough. And I thought
That's
that was cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Which also makes me think even more so that although people may have been upset at being controlled, even more so Taylor's or Kepri's misunderstanding about people's reactions and thinking that they were angry at her. In reality, I bet so many more people were like, hey, we did this. Yeah, she got us together, but we're the ones who did this,
Mhm.
Like, even
Yeah.
more so, like, they were let out of her power a lot sooner than she thought they were.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Tragic.
So,
Making
Yeah.
my
Okay.
heart all over again.
and I'm trying to
Holy
get that Hannah cries on screen square for you guys
Yeah.
playing bingo.
Well, you got it. Hannah's crying. It's cool. It's fine. yeah, no. Holy
Yeah.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
Kepri. Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
Feels like
Holy
tragic
shit.
ending. Yeah, so good.
yeah, it's good.
There are
Um,
two big like parts to this interview. I'm thinking about them almost completely separate. One is the argument part, between like talking about capes and bringing up, all the dirty laundry and stuff. And the other part is finally airing out the information, which I'm guessing is mostly what she was talking with a lot of people, because we got the, hey, we'd like to do this. We'd like to start this group that shares information. That's what we do as Breakthrough. And a lot of people saw what they did with, trial and error and went, oh yeah, that would be good. And then all of a sudden they're getting a bunch of, they're calling out. And it's like, why? Oh, because Kenzie's essentially putting a stank on that. So we gotta, not be associated with you. So then it's like, oh, why are they making all the calls? And I'm guessing the calls are to a lot of people like, hey, is it okay if we go public about Gold Morning?
yeah.
And, it's one of those like, I really wonder why people haven't said anything yet.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
part of me goes, is it just because like nobody wanted to be the first to say anything?
I guess so.
You're just
but
kind of
like,
busy and you're like, well, I don't want to be the one to talk about it. And as bad as Shortcut is for, being just a total ass as he is, he does put it right. Oh, like, I mean, if you're wanting to be the one to step in front of that bullet, by all means, go for it. Like,
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine too. Like, we don't know how many parahumans really know. And not only that, but I bet a lot of parahumans are just thinking like, well, who am I? Like, who's gonna listen to, you
Yeah.
know, Joe Dirt from Kansas say Scion was an alien. He impregnated us with magical power, like
Right.
like
You're
you
just
have to
gonna
have a
sound like a
certain level
crackpot
of
on the internet.
credibility, right? It has to be like a Victoria or like a legend or an Alexandria type, not that she's around anymore, but you know what I mean. Like that level of credibility for people to even probably listen.
And I mean, for the
Um,
most part, I think it's kind of assumed that the general public is vaguely aware of the events. Like they know Scion went rogue and blew up reality, and then he was
Yeah.
defeated. So like the nature of his defeat isn't like terribly important, right? So I think it's just a lot of that too, not wanting to be the one to really talk through it. The whole mind control thing by Kepri probably messed with a lot of people's heads in terms of
Yeah.
what they know and don't know, all that kind of
Mhm.
stuff. So
yeah.
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 No, but you're right
Yeah.
though. It is kind of weird that we haven't even heard like theories about this, right? Like I could almost see if this were edited, like adding a glowworm arc, like just people theorizing about what Scion was and what happened, right? Just kind of adding
Right.
more to that because it does feel odd. This is the kind of thing, this big of an event in our current day would have thousands of conspiracy theories about what actually happened and who Scion really was. And it does feel a bit odd that there isn't any of that, where it's like,
Yeah.
rather than, because obviously the showrunners, they're all like, faces of other talk shows. And so like the one argumentative guy who's like the
Mhm.
Alex Jones guy, it I feel like he would have like that type of personality would have some type of theory about what Scion was,
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Like,
Right.
And I think
he's
a
an
lot of
alien
those
making all the frogs
theorizings,
gay.
Yeah.
I think a lot of those theorizings happen on Parahumans Online,
Yeah.
and granted, everybody's busy just trying to survive at this point. So
Right,
like,
that
Right.
too.
but a
Winter
lot
is
of that
coming.
theorizing happens on the internet. But we also know who moderates the whole internet right now. And it would be very
Yeah.
easy for Dragon to shut all that shit
That's
down.
true too. That is
That is
true too,
true.
actually.
Or
Yeah.
just like archive it, or what's it called when you're
You just
on the internet and all of a sudden your ghost
oh,
Like
shadow
what
shadow band.
shadow
shadow
band.
banned. You're like,
Yeah.
oh man, I got shadow banned, and literally Dragon's like, clicking and dragging
Yeah.
your posts and like dropping it in the furthest corner
Yeah.
of the internet.
Is
And
that
you're
what
just like,
happens
"Oh,
to
I
all
guess
of
I
our
got
posts
shadow
on
banned."
Reddit?
That's what happens.
Yeah.
That's how Dragon's
Dragons
like, you don't
moderating the
have
Parahuman subreddit.
100% of
Yeah.
positive things
I
to
mean,
say.
if we wanted to get into
Flip a
super
corner.
conspiracy theory mode, then it could also be the Simurf messing with communications and things
Who
about it.
knows?
That's
I
true.
mean,
Since the
true.
death of her creator. So
At this point in time, I would like to point out that we have a bingo a little bit ago from
Already?
Wonderland.
What?
Hannah
Yeah,
cries. Fuck Kenzie's
Yeah.
parents. Paint fumes. And Jacob compares Worm. Oh, I'm sorry. And comparing Worm's TV interview with Ward's.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wonderland, I think you're actually missing a bunch that I think also happened. I think we
I think
blasted
you could get.
through a bunch in here.
Dang.
I will
Yeah.
say there have been cats on screen that I don't think you guys saw.
There have been multiple cats on screen.
Yeah, you're close to a double bingo there.
I
Wonderland.
know I have a bingo. Right? I'm almost got my double bingo going.
Also, I
yeah.
will at the end of the episode, I want you all to know. This is an aside from where we are. At the end of the episode, I want to play When Did Hannah Cry While Reading? Because Hannah
Ooh.
cried one time while reading.
Oh.
I cry on the show all the time, but I cried one time while reading, and I won't tell anybody until
Nice.
the very end. So I'm
Okay,
very
perfect.
curious.
I'm excited. We'll guess.
I just want to point out Fran's comment. He has several points about what you guys were just talking about, how, nobody knows what really happened in Gold Morning. But one of the things that you point out is that potentially it's because they don't want the normal humans to know how strong they are, because they're already that huge tension.
Also
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
Power
Yeah.
imbalance.
that would
like
make
that
sense
thought.
too.
It's one of the
Yeah.
things pointed out when they fight Echidna is like, hey, they give them the code word, hey, cardboard buildings, and everybody knows that Superman episode where he fights Darkseid.
Yeah,
I live in a world made of cardboard.
right.
And they go absolutely ham, and they talk about like, yeah, we don't normally do this because holy cow, this would just terrify people that we are blowing through bodies, all the
Mhm.
Echidna clone bodies, like it's
Yeah.
nothing, and we could be doing that to cities if we wanted.
Yeah, for sure.
Some other informational pieces that I thought about is everyone still believes that Tattletale outed Kaiser.
Yes,
Oh,
that was so good.
Oil's
I thought that
finest
was
work,
great.
honestly.
Still stuck her with that tab. You got
Yep.
left the bill
Yep.
on the table with that one.
Look, it built up her prestige, it built up her reputation.
shit
She
Girl,
probably
got
owns it.
me.
She probably owns it at this point too,
Oh,
right? Like
for
in her tattletale
sure.
way, she's not like directly saying I
Like
did
on
it,
her
but people are
resume.
like, "The tattletale,
How
you're the
did
one who
all of
outed Kaiser," and she just goes,
Empire 88.
Yeah.
so they say.
"So they say." Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Is that
Yeah.
true? Is that what you've heard?
Oh, fascinating.
Oh,
Bernard, I don't
do
know
that?
if the TV show talk show hosts are based on any actual show personalities. I mean, I think the idea is that those are the three generic every show has.
TV show.
Just
And once again,
every
I
show.
wouldn't know because I only
don't.
ever
Yeah, I
seen
don't
talk
watch
shows
reality TV shows.
in
like
passing,
that.
and they seemed about honestly, this seems about the most substantial one I've ever seen. So
I
Yeah.
was once in the audience of a talk show. Once. I was in the audience of an episode of The View one time when I was in
Wow.
New York. My
Hey,
How
claim to
exciting.
fame, I wore a blue sweater, I think.
I wish I knew what that was, other than people use it
Oh,
as a
it's-
joke for being vapid.
Oh no, it's a bunch of Whoopi Goldberg and some other women sit around a table and they
stand
talk.
by what I said.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about right.
It doesn't change my opinion of it at all. I overall, I love this. This feels kind of very action intense for a bunch of talking.
Mhm.
We do get this big moment where she goes, oh, you want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
Handle the
Gold
truth.
morning, go.
Mhm.
I'll be honest. I remember this reading this before, and reading it now. I was hoping it would change. To me, it doesn't feel like a big moment.
It It doesn't feel big enough.
It doesn't
We
feel
need
big
more
enough.
of a mic drop.
The entire time I'm kind of waiting for the mic drop, and it just, and I know that's part of it, is we know that's everything that's going on, but the way it's written, I was waiting for it to feel like a blow, and it feels like all, oh yeah, well, and never landing a punch.
Yeah,
just-
no, I get that.
I came away super kind of disappointed with the conclusion of this interview, that like we just didn't land the drop of information better. Like you said, the mic just never dropped for me.
Do you think it would have hit better if they had name dropped Taylor, or if they had said
Maybe.
maybe?
To kind of leave it in the hands of something.
Like,
Yeah.
what's wrong with just saying Cauldron? Like, Cauldron's gone. Here's the thing about Taylor. So, like, there's like her dad might be around, so like we don't want to bother him,
That's
you know,
true.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, she might have
There's-
family around. Victoria doesn't know. So she's like protecting identity. Fuck
Yeah.
Cauldron. Like,
fuck
Cauldron's
Cauldron.
gone.
Yeah.
Cauldron's
Well, because
dead.
they even
It was the
reference
Illuminati,
Contessa, right? They reference Contessa as like, yeah, they had this
the boogeyman.
the boogeyman who would kill you if you talked about it too much.
Yeah.
But they never like say anything specific. And I guess maybe it's kind of like technically Cauldron still half exists in part. Contessa
couple
is
parts.
kind of out there in a couple parts.
And maybe you don't want people to know that
Right.
you can buy powers.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
and
that's
they-
that would
They even mentioned that. I don't know if it's in this chapter with maybe earlier in Arc 8, but like mention the fact that they don't want people going out there and trying to trigger.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
Especially
exactly.
kids
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like,
Which I mean
So-
was something that the PRT had already stated. Like
yeah.
that was something
Hence
they
the book that said good triggers come from really good events and bad triggers come from really bad events, which
is BS
super
too.
dumb.
Yeah.
but- Yeah. Honestly, in a perfect world, the correct answer is you get up, you tell people where powers or how powers happen, where they come from, or you start with Scion was this. You explain that. When Scion went bad, here's what happened. And then at the end of all that, you give your own testimony or the testimony of somebody else that like, I triggered because this happened. I know that's, I know that's rough, but in terms of PR, and she is good PR, you say, I triggered because of this. This is my life story and experience. And that's the story for many heroes out there, you know, that you're not just getting powers because the magic alien decided you could get powers, or that you just got them because you're lucky. You get them because of trauma in the many shapes and forms it has. And for like, you know, you essentially kind of get a little bit of the pity of like, you get powers on the worst day of your life, and living with those powers is continually having to deal with the after effects of that. For some of us, the trauma, you know, we just happen to get the lucky roll when the trauma hit, you know,
And
that's it.
I will say too, like Victoria's whole thing talking about the sibling with Eden, I was like, you don't need to talk about that. Like that's way TMI.
Yeah.
Like just focus on Scion. He gave us all powers. You don't need to be like,
right.
well, technically some people get them from a dead sibling of Scion, and that's why he was so upset. And it's just like, it's like, all right, Victoria, don't be a nerd for a second. Don't be a nerd for a second. Challenge for Victoria. Impossible.
All the wrong information was presented,
Nerd.
and all the like good information wasn't presented on beat. Like it just.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
I do
in
get the
defense
sense
to play. Oh, I'm sorry, Jacob.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, to play devil's advocate, like realistically, you're in this moment and you might have prepared like some form of statement in your head of like how we're going to deliver this information, but the way that it all happens so fast and so accusatory that it becomes a really quick an attack on them and on Kenzie, of course, but like
Yeah.
this idea of like, okay, well, I'm going to give you information now because you said this, and like, okay, you want this? Okay, fine. And it comes tumbling out not necessarily in the way that you want to. And like
Yeah.
the more you tell the story or the more you tell the truth, the smoother that delivery becomes. So like devil's advocate of like, well, maybe Wildbow's trying to show that like in this moment where we are chaos, we are just, you want info? Fine, here it is, you know, kind of a thing, rather than like the beats that would have made it more satisfying to read as a reader. Because I do think that Wildbow does a lot where he will make something be realistic rather than the story beat that
Yeah,
we
the
maybe
perfect
expect
story.
from books, because and I think, I mean, we've talked about this plenty of times, but it's one of the reasons why why Wildbow's characters are so fucking good, because they feel so real. They don't always do what the protagonist or the antagonist should do in a book or in a storyline or in a movie, because these characters feel real. They have real flaws that just really, you know, connect to us as the reader. And I think that in a really good way, that can make the characters very real. And in a bad way, it can make the story a little hard sometimes to like digest and feel like it has good beats. So
Yeah.
eh,
Yeah. If
my 2
I'm
cents.
giving my perfect, like what should have gone, thinking more about this is, and I know we didn't want to play, you know, they don't want to play Kenzie up as too much of a victim, but as long as we're bringing, like, he's already bringing up all this shit about Kenzie.
Yeah.
I think the correct answer is, here's how powers work, and then go. So I want you to imagine that something so traumatic happened to that girl that you are giving so much shit for in that household that she triggered. I triggered, we all triggered because something that traumatic happened to us. And especially just be pointing at Kenzie the whole time, being like, that little girl that you're accusing of in that house with those parents had to have something that traumatizing happen to her.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the winning thing that would have felt good, and we just never, like I said, never landed.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure. Um
I do
how
I
think,
I was gonna say, oh,
Nick, please go ahead.
sorry. I was gonna just mention as well. It's interesting that Victoria believes now that Scion is dead. She mentions that it seems as if Scion was pushing the shards and the recipients of them, to be more aggressive. Victoria believes that now that Scion is dead, that push to aggression is no longer there, which I'm not sure is entirely accurate, just based
I
on
don't think so
experience.
either.
But I
Maybe
thought that was
wishful thinking.
interesting that she believes that that's a possibility. And obviously that she explains this is where broken triggers are coming from, is basically, the remains of Scion, I imagine, sort of interdimensionally raining down upon the world, but now without purpose, is causing these broken triggers. So I did think that was interesting. I don't know that I agree that that is the case, but I guess we'll see if it bears fruit.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, whenever we're ready to move on, that one final thing for our interview.
I'm trying to think what else other interview things I had thoughts on. A couple things. One, really love the girl. I don't remember her name. The one who like comes over, and they're like expecting her to kick them off the show, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Everybody good? You need water? Any snacks? Everyone's
Yeah,
okay here.
the
Okay,
PA
great.
or
The
whatever.
stage
Yeah.
manager or whatever." I thought she was adorable. Loved her. Kept waiting for an Endbringer attack. Not gonna lie.
It did feel primed for one. Although, honestly, we're 8 arcs into feeling primed for an Endbringer attack, so.
Yeah.
at some point.
I mean, we had the portals blow up. We had the Mama Mathers
Yeah,
nonsense.
pretty
like
close.
we've had
Not
big
like the
moments.
Endbringers are
but
gone.
They're hanging around doing Endbringer stuff. Who knows?
They got like a real,
playing mini golf.
I realize it's not the exact same moral, but I imagine it's like a real sort of Damocles situation. They're just hanging by a thread up in the sky and
For sure.
Waiting.
about to drop
In the
down
sky,
anytime.
who knows where they are? Gosh,
Simurg
they're
is,
just
Playing
Simurg
well,
checkers.
bless her.
Yeah.
Everybody else is like, well, Leviathan's dead, right? We're pretty.
Leviathan's dead. Behemoth's dead. The
Leviathan and Behemoth are
other
dead.
Yeah, Bohu,
Oh,
Tohu, all those we don't know.
Kansu, yeah,
We
they're
don't know. I think they just stopped moving and
Yeah.
they're just kind of chilling, except Simurf, who was doing stuff.
Yeah.
My
Um,
girl, or my
Yeah.
primordial being.
Maybe the Endbringers are just hanging out in who is it has the little time warp bubbles? Is that Kansu?
Yeah.
Kansu, yeah.
Kansu, yeah. Maybe that's like their way of getting high is like they just chill out for like a few millennia in the time bubbles. And then
Yeah,
pop back out,
yeah.
you know.
I imagine Kansu's just got like a bonsai garden that he's been cultivating, but because he can control time, he's just like, it's like he just regrows it and then
Yeah,
watches it die quickly, and then he regrows it and just watches. Just like,
That's
Um,
the real slice of life story.
8.12 though. Or Alan, you had one
before
more.
we move on, I was going to compare. What do we think about this compared to Taylor's interview?
I'm trying to remember Taylor's interview, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
She was on with the Chicago Awards, was she not?
I believe she was. They were reviewing the footage of her macking with Gru and, doing the whole behemoth fight.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
I did forget about that.
I think that's the biggest difference, right? Is she's like, yeah, they were former allies, and there's a truce when we fight an Endbringer. You'd be an idiot not to work with people to take down an Endbringer. You know?
Yeah.
Yes, I kissed him. Who wouldn't kiss him? You know?
Look at him.
Yeah.
What is the charge?
I was about to do that.
Enjoying a meal.
A
succulent Gru meal?
Yeah.
Exactly. A succulent motorcycle helmet meal. Like,
yeah, just how they
Really
handled it.
proving that
Funny
Gru
contrast.
is my type.
Whereas in this case, this is, hey, you're being accused of an actual heinous crime. Defend yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
You know, like the vibe is very different, I feel like.
Yeah, it's a lot more accusatory, very us versus them. I think having Gary Nieves, Gary Nieves.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Having Gary on there.
Nieves.
Nieves, yes, thank you.
Sorry.
Having Gary on there, he gets very I mean they have him on for a reason. It's clearly he's the antagonist here on the panel. Well, not the only one, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's this like, oh, we gotcha, we're gonna catch you in a lie moment, as opposed to Taylor's interview, which was a lot more like, we're gonna shock you and we're gonna catch you off guard, but like, oh, you're gonna have to spill your secrets now, as opposed to like, oh, see, we caught you in a lie, you were wrong the whole time, you were the bad guys the whole time. Like, it's very more accusatory and hostile of an environment.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. One was definitely a civil conversation with some like slightly
Cheeky
you mean like
nonsense.
some cheeky questions like, oh, but when you did this, how about that? And this was clearly like,
what about that?
an aggressive one that was a fight from the start. Like
It was it felt like a rigged fight from the beginning, kind of.
and they knew it was. That was
Like,
the sort of the whole
that's
point.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just
Ugh.
to answer Bernard's question, whether or not
Oh, yes,
Kenzie's
yes.
parents are justified.
In this
Right.
stupid-
I mean,
I know.
justified in what? Like going
No,
on
fuck them.
television?
Yeah.
Like
Justified
what
in like speaking
part?
out against what they went through. Like, I think you can Yeah, they can burn.
I doubt they would. We can assume they didn't tell the whole story, and they probably never mentioned trying to murder their daughter. So, like,
Right.
Oh yeah.
no. If they did, sure, I guess. If they wanted to spill the beans about everything and like a
how
confession
did she
sort of
trigger
way,
again? Just one
Yeah.
more time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Well,
circle
and-
back to that.
And what's so frustrating about it, right, is what Victoria says multiple times. She's like, because Gary's whole thing is like, well, she can manipulate audio and video. How do we know that the evidence she presented is even accurate? And Victoria just goes, there are multiple parahuman and non-parahumans who have evaluated the evidence of her case and determined that they are bad people
Yeah.
who are aware of Kenzie's powers and what she can do. If that many people are saying they're bad, Gary, maybe you should ask yourself, are they the bad guys?
Yeah.
You
I mean,
know?
think
at this
about the
point-
world they live in, and to
Yeah.
move that quickly with imprisoning somebody, it's a little overwhelming there. Yeah, I'd have to think.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
And like at this point, Gary, like even faced with the information, Gary is not going to change his mind. Like he's been thwarted in his attempts to be it's not mayor, is it? Governor,
he was
whatever
trying
it
to
is.
be mayor of the city.
mayor.
Mayor, okay. That like he's been thwarted by the Capes to be mayor, and then of course the whole kerfuffle that happened for his interlude, which is more than a kerfuffle, it was awful. And which I think his frustration was justified in that space. But like he's moved into something else now, which is just like blatant anger and blatant accusatory whatever, and blanket statements about Capes. It's no longer, this Cape who is in a position of power is a problem. It's all Capes are the problem. You all are the problem now. And every single one of you is a liar, and each one of you is going to adjust the truth to best fit your own narratives, and I'm not going to believe it no matter what you say. And I'm beginning to wonder if Gary's going to become a bigger problem than we anticipated.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's strangely relevant, but that is often how it goes, where true grievances do lead to, unfortunately, people being taken it out of context, it being applied to entire groups, it becoming a catalyst for more negative feelings, right? Where it's like you never intended your grievance with this group or your grievance with this particular problem to be taken that way. But the people who agree with you are going to take it that way and are going to use it as ammunition to make lives miserable for other people.
Right.
And attack other people. So
I'm anticipating a Senator Kelly from the original X-Men film, live action one.
Mhm.
Where we might get a sort of dark, poetic end to him, where maybe he triggers and becomes what he hates.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, that would be
yeah.
Especially if it's something he
Interesting.
can't hide, right?
We need
Some
to
sort of-
have we need to have X-Men being brought up on our bingo list, because this happens a lot.
It's
Yes.
very relevant.
It's an
yes.
very
It's so
you know,
good.
Yeah.
in this particular case
Time
too.
to
It feels
rewatch
very
X-Men.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
going to become more relevant in, I guess, Ward than Worm.
in Worm.
X-Men,
Yeah, for sure.
X-Men is a very particular genre.
Yeah.
I would argue it's the most pure superhero genre, because X-Men is X-Men. Like, the problems aren't spy, they aren't, action adventure. They are pretty exclusively, oh my gosh, we're heroes and we are, mutants with powers, and we have to deal with not being murdered for being mutants with powers.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Using our powers. Like, there's no, it's not like Captain America where it's kind of spy action. It can't be Spider-Man where it's like kind of a fun teen comedy movie.
Yeah.
X-Men is X-Men. It's just hero.
Yeah.
I feel like there was
what's
like
the-
a meme comic where Spider-Man's visiting like the mansion. He's like, "What do you mean your whole city doesn't love you?" Like, it's just
yeah. Yeah.
Polar opposite. Yeah.
I'm the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. What do you mean?
It also
Uh.
works too because mutants have a variety of like cool powers versus just awful, horrible things that happen to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where
Right.
it reminds me of that meme where it's like, the Rogue versus Storm thing when they're talking about like maybe there's a cure for being a mutant. And it's like, you mean there might be a cure for us? Chainsaw for Hands said. And it's like, there's nothing wrong with us, the most beautiful mutant woman in the world said.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. Pretty tack.
Yep.
Oh, no, I love it.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Yeah. Actually,
well,
I was. Oh,
No, go
sorry.
ahead, Anna.
I
Go,
just want
Anna.
to talk.
Go.
No, I know it's just me wanting to talk about X-Men. We
Mutants.
can move on because I just
Patreon
really wanna
content.
watch X-Men.
Yeah, that's a
Can
X-Men
we
small-
like
rant.
Patreon content? Just watch X-Men and then like
Yeah.
You
give
couldn't
our
pay me to
directors that
watch
commentary over top
watch
of it.
X-Men.
What? It's so good.
No,
It's so
No.
good.
You don't like X-Men?
I do not
Oh,
like
I
the
love
X-Men.
X-Men.
No, he
Which
doesn't.
is a
Oh,
shame
I think
because
it's so
growing
much
up, the
fun.
X-Men were kind of my favorite, and that's because I was young, dumb, and the X-Men had the most
What
powerful
about
heroes.
What about X-Men? 97?
See, the thing is, I barely watched the old X-Men animated like in order, so I've heard it's really good. But
I've never seen it
Maybe,
either.
maybe we'll do a watch party.
We'll
Who knows?
discuss.
Yeah,
stay
that's what we should
tuned.
watch.
we'll
more.
discuss
There you go.
the X-Men genre later. As
In
Fran
more
said,
detail.
X-Men genre is soap opera.
opera.
See, that's only
Wow.
only in later times when they
Wow.
essentially made it all about Cyclops and Jean Grey
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does become that sort of.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't
and
like that
and
Fair.
all the
Right.
other bullshit.
Well,
Anyways,
we
Let's move
covered
on.
most of 8.12 already in a way, but
Does
8.12
Very end, yeah.
8.12 is the very end of the interview. So 8.12, Breakthrough talks strategy over the commercial break, but Vicky is pushed into using her aura on the crowd, and Breakthrough walks
Yes.
out. When they return, they reveal that Goddess wants to talk to the team, and the secret that Goddess has already talked with Amy. I feel like we talked about this a lot. Like Jacob mentioned, the whole like quote unquote gotcha moment of like that was her power, and it's like, yeah, no shit, dude. And so I think the power move of walking out was the right choice rather than being
I
kicked out,
agree.
right? Or like
Yeah.
slid
Yeah.
out, like just them. That's as close as we get to a mic drop moment where they're just
Yeah.
like,
Quit
yeah,
while
we're
you're
leaving.
behind.
It's like if you want to help us, you know where to find us. We're leaving.
Yeah.
You know what I just never will get? I don't know that I've ever been angry enough at any internet celebrity to take the time to write a nasty comment or send a nasty email. And that is the psychology of a person that I just can't quite
don't
fathom, who
understand.
thinks to themselves, I'm so angry, I need to tell the person making me angry and spend time composing an email, figuring out how to contact them, and composing a message to them to express my disappointment. I just,
In vitriol.
I
Like-
don't, my brain just doesn't work that way. I'm just like,
No.
man, screw that guy. Anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because here's
funny.
the thing. I don't want to send an email normally.
Yeah. I don't like sending happy emails.
Yeah.
Yes. The
Yeah.
amount of mental energy it would take to send an email to somebody I don't like just
Like, but I know that there are people who
Some
like
people
get
have no.
some people, and I get it
Something like-
because like if you get super personally invested in something, right? Like I a while ago I had posted something on Reddit about, it was so innocuous, and somebody commented with something like very negative. And I immediately felt that adrenaline rush of like, well, I gotta respond. I gotta defend
right.
myself. And I'm like, wait,
hold
hang
on, honey, someone's wrong on the internet.
Exactly. And I'm like, oh my God. And yet it's, and so I like, if you get that personally invested, maybe I get it. But just like, I'm just watching a news show and I see somebody I don't like, I'm just like, ah.
Yeah.
Like that's what I don't get.
Well, I mean, the world ended because of what they just said. So, like,
Well, yeah, but
I
like,
can understand being
I'm not gonna
more
send her an
personally
email.
invested.
I'm gonna send her an email.
Email.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't
you,
know. I
Victoria
mean,
Dallin, personally responsible for the fact that my car doesn't have gas.
Yeah.
go fuck yourself with a rake. Like I'm not the type to do that either. It seems stupid. Like, what are you actually gonna do
Would you go
by
to the
sending
town hall discussing the Cape problem?
all my
Like,
local congressmen?
yeah, your
No.
I'm not gonna do that either. But
Here's
No.
the thing.
Yeah.
I would have to find the local town hall, and I would be more inclined to go if that was actually advertised,
I'd
but
have
it's
to have
not.
like parking downtown. Like, I'd have to
Yeah.
like street park probably. Like, I'd probably have to parallel park and then figure out like the meter. No, I'm gonna stay home and write an
Yeah.
email. No, I mean, like, it makes sense though. Like, people are mad, people are upset, and I think that's part of it. Is like, I don't think I understand why they're angry. Like, the angry messages. I don't think I understand what they're aimed at, because if they're aimed at the Kenzie situation, then like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Are they angry that they just dropped all this information about Gold Morning? Are they angry that it didn't come out sooner? Like, we see Victoria as like seeing the messages come in, and she mentions briefly like, oh yeah, the vitriol, whatever. But I just I don't know. Like, I guess I don't understand
Also,
what people are saying.
it's also like, it's extra difficult in this world to even get internet access. So I imagine
Right.
somebody's just like, oh, I'm pissed. Oh, that was mad. Honey, get in the car. I gotta drive to the library to get to a computer and send that Victoria Dallin an email.
Yeah.
Like,
Right? Is
I'm
that how
gonna
the
No, no.
North Dakota villains did it?
yeah.
You, yeah,
Hell,
you type it out and then you hit send, and it's like, oop, no service, and you go type it.
drive to the one library in town where it's
There's like a line out the door for the library, be like,
running Windows
Oh.
98. Just
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah.
Post-apocalyptic issues is hilarious.
yeah.
Exactly. I'm trying to send an email.
Yeah.
An angry
I
letter.
gotta be a troll on the internet. Get in the car. We're going to the library.
Not again, Daryl.
Fuck you.
All
You
right.
never support me in my hobbies.
Classic.
Anyway,
The interludes.
the interlude.
Oh, anything about Goddess and Amy? I think we already
Yeah,
just
let's talk.
mentioned.
I mean,
Real quick
okay,
about
let's talk
it.
about Goddess and Amy.
Tag,
As
yeah.
was pointed out by Fran, for what possible reason could Amy have to be one? Yeah, Jesus, I think I'm stroking out. Oh.
Try again. You got this.
But for what possible reason could Amy have to want to be around a beautiful, blonde, superpowered flying woman? Why would she want
True.
to do that?
It's true. Especially in her
Is it
you
a
know,
date?
her goth era or
She's got a
whatever they
type.
are.
For real though, with her
Gotta
tattoos.
say.
Yeah.
Thank God she covered them up.
Because she's ashamed of
Yeah.
them.
It is a scary partnership.
She did do them.
Yeah, I mean, considering, Amy is one of the most powerful parahumans in the world, still in existence.
I mean,
and
Arguably
Goddess,
the most still known to be active, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
one of
Yeah.
them.
So,
And Goddess, similarly.
yeah.
yeah.
So, as Bernard asks, given the small amount that we know and the destruction of the camera that we've seen by looking at it, what is your prediction for Goddess's power or
Mm.
powers?
Yeah, I've thought about that. I mean, the destruction of the camera definitely implies at least some degree of telekinetic ability.
Yeah.
She could just she could just be a really, really powerful telekinetic that just has a huge range of sort of like
Mob Psycho.
yeah. And and also the notice of the camera implies, I've always thought one of the most powerful subtle abilities that isn't talked about enough is the Spidey sense, Spider-Man Spidey sense, which is
Yeah.
the nerd cap. It is technically short range omniscience is how it's described, which is like such a cool way of thinking about it. And I like that aspect of maybe something that Goddess has, is just the complete and total awareness of everything happening within a certain range. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, which is and not how Spidey Sense works, Hannah, if you're asking. Spidey Sense is originally that spiders can move so fast it sometimes seems like they're predicting the danger before they get there. So it's just hyper reflexes. However,
Right.
it has moved into pseudo magical territory with some
will
of
kill
the
you.
Spider-Man like stuff.
You start,
Listen,
you can
here's the
sense
thing.
anything. Yeah.
As a
I've had spiders just like see me and like go after me. So like I feel like the omniscience thing is true. All spiders are omniscient. They just
You heard it
know.
here.
Then 100
Mr.
feet,
Incredible
spiders are
has it too,
omniscient.
though.
Yeah.
For a less spider related hero, Mr. Incredible has danger sense as well.
Thank
As
you. I
which is
appreciate
listed,
that.
which is interesting. He doesn't say it's one of his powers, but it's listed on his picture page when he's
The
in
portfolio.
on his
Oh,
portfolio as
Yeah.
danger
very
sense. And you
nice.
see him use it a few times too, where like he
Yeah.
is acutely aware of
He's like in the
danger around
jungle
him.
and he like senses stuff coming at him. That's
He senses
I like
things
that.
coming before it hits him.
I love it. I
Some
love
people
it.
suspect
time
that's
to
part of
rewatch that too.
why he told Buddy he didn't need a sidekick, was like he sensed Buddy was dangerous.
Mm.
Mm.
I'm always here
Ironical.
for incredible
Interesting.
theories.
Yeah, so
It's been a long time since
anytime.
I've seen that too.
yeah,
Yeah.
good
All that to
movie.
say, I have no idea. No idea what Gotta said.
Yeah, no
I
clue.
forgot it.
I
Well, it mentioned she had like some kind of charisma-based power, to use D&D terms. It
control the
sounded
whole
like
planet, right?
right, but she had a
So
wide array of like generals and commanders underneath her. And
mm,
the theory that was posited is that so her name Goddess also makes me think this. I think she gains power from adoration or alliances in some way. So
I
sort
was
That's
of
gonna
fun.
say that.
again,
I like
for
that.
a goddess, and this was a theoretical D&D campaign idea I had too. The idea is like a god who gains power from the number of followers they have. Or like
Neon gods.
sort of like like an influencer power, sort of where it's like, you almost like the reverse of
Neon
teacher,
gods.
whereas teacher is like granting powers to people and influencing them that way. She's like receiving power from people the more they're around her, and the more they trust her, kind of thing. I could see it being something like that.
Hey,
That
Michael,
sounds
did
cool.
you see my text or my message?
Nope.
Okay.
Carry on.
Moving on from there.
Oh,
Interludes?
Interludes.
Interludes.
Unless we got something else to talk about there.
I don't think so.
No,
I
I
was
mean it was
just
pretty
gonna
much just a
say
tag at the end. So
Yeah, I'm glad Dot's still here.
yeah.
yes. Same.
Thank you, Michael.
American
Interlude.
gods, not neon gods. I said that
American
wrong. I said
gods.
neon
Yeah,
gods and I
yeah.
went, no, that's wrong.
Oh,
American
okay, yeah.
gods.
No, American gods. Yeah, the idea that you get more powerful the more followers you have. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Neon
8.
gods is a spicy romance book.
Oh, I see, I see. 8.x,
No, but
Natalie's interlude.
Mm.
After the show, Natalie takes Kinsey home, talks with Tony. Wow, wow. The home is attacked by hook, line, kitchen sink, and others. Natalie gets stabbed, but the villains retreat when Breakthrough and the patrol block arrive. And I just gotta say, first of all, Victoria, you're watching 1,000 emails about how people want to kill you, and Kinsey come
I
into
know.
your email, and you don't send a single other
additional.
parahuman with Kinsey and Natalie
Yeah.
Yeah.
back to Kinsey's now very public address.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, the most horror movie move.
like it's
Yeah.
like it's like Iron Man when he gives out his address and doesn't expect to get immediately blown up in Iron Man
Yeah.
3. Where it's like he's surprised when the bomb comes
Yeah.
for his home. It's like, what did you
Right.
expect, my
Yeah.
friend?
What?
Yeah, shocked Pikachu face.
Yeah. Dang. But
Which, like, in some 5D chess for that,
yeah.
you could do that and then be like, I mean, look how dangerous it is to be a superhero. Like, they're literally trying to kill a child because, this jackass aired her laundry.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, if you were doing that and the 5D chess is you're waiting around the patrol block and it's like, no, let them break in then we rush
You gotta
them.
prove the point.
That way
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can
yeah,
show
right.
that like, oh my god, I can't believe they did this.
True. It does seem like a bit of an oversight. They did get there quickly though, so I guess maybe that was the case. But
Hmm.
I will say this does redeem Natalie in my eyes. We thought she was a bit stuck up. She doesn't dress well.
Who thought
Um,
she was a bit stuck up other than Victoria?
Everyone other
Really?
than Alan thought she was stuck up and
I
annoying
thought it was just
and
Victoria
little Miss
being a
Snooty Nose.
judgy
well,
ass
I
bitch.
kind of thought it was Victoria, but I was also just like, I
Well,
don't care for Natalie. She's like just not that interesting to me.
Yeah.
And
she
we
admires
accused her
Carol,
of
which is a
we
problem.
accused her of being a Carol stan, and we were like, no, you can't have that.
Exactly.
Can't bring
Worst
that
thing you could
energy
be.
into the house.
She doesn't know any better. She's just the intern.
She's just a
Yeah.
baby.
And but this redeems her in my eyes. I'm like, all right, dude.
Oh, for
you,
sure.
There's
you got
so
it.
many
Adobe.
redemptions for her.
There's
Yeah.
a lot
Oh
of
yeah.
there's a lot of
This is
moments.
great. This
I
is
mean, my
great.
first thought is
Yeah.
like, good on you, Natalie. Like at least somebody's getting some in this story.
I was literally get laid, girl. It's
Good
the
for
apocalypse.
you.
Get laid.
I
Winter's
like how
gonna be cold, but not in Natalie's bed.
that's how it started out. It was like I totally thought Kenzie was reading into it, and Natalie was just sort of like, "Okay, don't worry about it. It's fine." And then they introduce each other and they talk, and it's like, oh, "Okay, no, they've been
Right.
banging
What,
for a while."
in the words
They
of
fuck.
what is it? Not ProZD. They're like, oh, they fucking.
Oh,
They fucking.
No, what? No, they're not. Like, oh, it's good to see you. Oh, they fuck.
Yeah. And Kenzie being
Exactly.
like, I
I
took
love
out the cameras. I wouldn't watch.
Anymore.
Never watched.
Yeah.
You should have never been
Oh, I
watching,
love-
Kenzie.
I love that he was like, oh yeah, like you want to hook up later, like Saturday, Sunday, and in her mind she's like, but yeah, Saturday.
Yeah, you
Sunday."
wanna
Like,
get dick down on the weekend? She's like, please.
Wait.
It's
hang
so
on.
cute. I love that so much.
Are you pulling up the
Both please. Smash.
there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, please.
Yep.
Always a good time for that soundboard.
Just
Also,
Tony has
very
been
well.
mentioned before, right? This is the first mention of Tony.
No, first mention of
okay.
I think
Making
it's
sure I
first
First
didn't-
mention of Big Dick Tony.
He made blueberry muffins.
He made blueberry muffins.
and he bakes.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
You gotta lock that down quick in this.
Did I misread, or does he have a mullet though? Because I feel like that's negative points. I feel like
does
there's
now
I
in my
don't know
mind.
about
He's
the
a bit of
mullet,
a
but
mullet.
he's growing his red beard out.
He's just growing his
Yeah.
red hair out.
So that's a point off. But
Screw you.
Listen, your hatred for redheads is unprecedented.
yeah, the stupid thing is my beard
Unrivaled.
is red when it comes out too.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said my beard is red when it grows out.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
a
this
it's
man.
not a prejudice against redheads. It's just self-deprecation all the way down.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is.
I also totally thought Tony. We were like, oh, he's a nice guy. What a great guy in this world. Dead. I thought he was just dead. It's like,
Oh shoot.
I know
Okay.
me too.
He's downstairs.
me
He's already
too.
stabbed.
yeah, they got him.
Natalie,
All
you're
right,
never getting that weekend.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's why we got him. But no, Wild Bow's softened in his
It's
age. I guess.
it's because Victoria bullied her enough that like
yeah.
I gotta give Natalie something. And not only does Natalie get some action, but then Natalie like takes a hit for the team. Like there's a whole moment where Kenzie like gets in front of her and is like,
sure.
"No, I'm the hero. I'll do this." And actually, like kind of has some stuff going on. But Natalie's like, "Absolutely not," and like jumps in front of her and like can't get away from the knife, unfortunately, fast enough, and just gets straight up stabbed in the collarbone, like
Stabbed.
which I've
Well, she
heard
gets
when
stabbed and then gets shrunk.
yeah,
twisted.
I've heard
Like,
when
oh.
stuff hits your bone, which just feeling from tattoos hitting your bone, that's like a special kind of ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
You
I've gotten
feel it
cut in a couple
all the
different
way
places,
through you.
but bones I've got to imagine is like it resonates in you almost.
We have to talk
Yeah.
about Kenzie's takedown / attack on who was that?
That was cool.
Nameless
yeah.
stabber guy.
Nameless stabber. Okay, I didn't think he was named. Yeah,
Yeah.
she like
Fucking
Agent Smiths.
Agent Smith with her like
Yeah.
projections grabs the arm and then just she had a little knife or something like that, just right
had her-
down the arm.
Oh, she takes her hairpin
Oh,
and
that's what it was, hairpin.
fillets his
wrist
to elbow.
down.
I was like,
Yep.
oh,
Jen.
And then he goes down the stairs.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, it was
freaking
great.
Natalie comes around and horse kicks him down the
yeah,
stairs.
she's
into cold.
Natalie's still going.
Yeah.
Natalie
Yeah,
takes the hit.
Natalie's-
I'm telling
Natalie's
you,
up and
you
fighting.
stab me, I'm out. I got a splinter. It was a really bad splinter in my hand the other day. Granted, it was deep enough. It was like in muscle, and my hand was like clamped up. But yeah,
It was a
that's a splinter. You know, it hit me with a knife. I just pretend to be dead. You know,
Yeah.
might as well.
Well, you know,
Kenzie's
adrenaline's
so scary.
pumping. I've walked across glass and not realized that my feet were bleeding when adrenaline's pumping. So like,
Yeah.
you know,
Adrenaline's
Well,
not
that's different
pumping. I
things.
walk across uncomfortable carpet. You know, I might give up on that day.
Alan's like, my tootsies.
My dog's not feeling it. This is real scratchy. Like I might just curl up and die.
Yeah, we've all stepped on a Lego before. That's enough to end any night.
Yeah.
Sometimes
You're
I
like,
just
I'm
like
just
to
going to
feel
bed.
something, you know.
You
Toss a few out.
ever like stubbed your toe so bad you're just like, I'm done for the day. I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
It's the double.
And I'm
toe
done for
just
the
right.
day. And for that
Something like-
reason, I'm out.
Laziest reason I ever called out of work one day years ago was like something so similar. Just get out of bed, you kind of like just roll your ankle just a little bit, not enough to do anything, but you're like, that's an excuse. We're done. We're done.
And we're done.
It's
back
when
to
you
bed we
bite
go.
your lip twice in a row. That's what does it for me.
In the same spot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. In the same
Yep.
spot. You
Yep.
like
Nope.
do it and you're like, oh, ow, damn. Okay.
Well, that's an extended weekend.
Oh, damn, I
right
did it
there.
again. Fuck it. Going back to bed.
Yep.
What I'm getting here is we would have been dead.
Yeah.
in this
Exactly.
scenario.
Just based on the current trajectory of how this day is going, if by the time I got into the door, I would have been dead. So it's safe
Yeah.
bet, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
walk
I
to my
mean-
car and get clipped. Like, no, not taking that.
My
chance.
only hope of surviving this scenario is being like Tony and getting knocked out right at the beginning and not touched again.
Immediately.
Mhm, mhm.
Like, oh, I just didn't have a choice. I'm out of the fight.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
None of us will
Natalie,
survive the zombie
absolute
apocalypse.
badass in this chapter. And
Yep.
you know what?
Yeah.
Kenzie
Yeah.
also, like, Kenzie's been kind of this, Kenzie does Kenzie things. And even though they're cool for the most part, they end up being like, oh, Kenzie, like, why'd you do that? Kind of.
Yeah.
And this is the first time I was like, oh, Kenzie,
Good job,
Yeah.
Nick.
Yeah.
I see your game.
Projections thing was really cool.
Shoot.
I think dropping a camera on Mama Mathers is still my favorite
It's
move
so
she's
great.
pulled, but this
Pretty
is a close
solid
second.
move.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
We
so
know it's
great.
a heavy
second.
box that floats in the sky and does camera
Listen.
work. So
Easy.
Uh,
We also get a glimpse of a new cryptid form at the end there, which was kind of cool.
Yes. Oh my
eel-like
gosh. They're
something.
hanging out the window
like
and
I don't
here
was it, I
comes
couldn't tell if it
Chris.
was flying or just
said it was
looked
going
like,
between the cars, wasn't it?
yeah,
was like a
so
snake.
It was like kind of snaking or
Eel.
flying or something.
I believe
Yeah,
is what they used to
eel,
describe.
like, yeah.
it just took
And-
off after the perpetrators. Great. Like
and I don't know if he'll ever get anything, but I feel so bad for Chris. I feel like 9 times out of 10 he goes through the effort of taking on these forms and then he doesn't get to do anything.
Right.
He doesn't get to do anything. And he just shows up here. And I loved
Yeah.
it.
Be helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I overall, I think this was my favorite chapter.
Yeah.
Of the arc.
It's,
It was
it's a
just,
good
Yeah.
one.
it had
really
action
good.
that wasn't that power oriented overall.
Mhm.
Honestly, the tense scene of just like the guy with the stairs with the knife and Natalie and Natalie and
Right.
Kenzie being at the top was pretty good for me. Like I really
Mhm.
enjoyed that whole moment. And
Yeah, and the tension with Natalie being like, I'm not a superhero. I'm not a cape. This child is a cape, but I'm the one responsible for her. How do I act as a protector adult for somebody who's clearly more powerful than me? You know, like that tension
Yeah.
too was great. Like I felt like that was played out well internally with monologue, or that internal monologue was really written very well. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too.
8 Y.
8 Y to wrap it up. This is Scapegoat's interlude. Scapegoat is running laps in prison when he heals a wounded inmate and gets shot for it by a guard. However, he is broken out by Teacher and agrees to work for Teacher willingly. And let me just say, starting off, teacher's description coming into this arc: shaven head, beard, turtleneck, and circular sunglasses, looking like a Dr. Robotnik looking ass over here from the Sonic movie.
And he's
Like,
got a
what the hell,
patchy-ass
man?
beard too.
Oh my
So-
gosh.
I got a new visual image for Teacher that's really helped me like him and he's quickly become one of my favorite characters. But it's between two, and I need you guys to help me figure it out. Because he's either
Okay.
Jermaine Clement or he's Matt Berry, and I
Oh
can't figure
my
out which one. But they
gosh.
both work so well. And
Okay, wait.
I think you're giving
Gotta look
them
at
too
pictures
much,
here.
but Matt Berry,
Oh my
if he
god.
Matt Berry.
weren't attractive.
I feel like they're both so good. Oh no.
Matt Berry's much too jovial to be Teacher.
They both are though.
No. Imagine that's the thing is
Yeah,
like
I
it's
was-
Matt Berry, but trying to be evil, but he's too much of a jolly put together character, but also not enough charisma to actually be like.
I like
enjoyable to be
I like
around.
Jermaine, but I don't know. I think they're both really good.
Yeah.
has anyone seen Legion? Anyone watched Legion?
You and I watched the
Sure.
first episode. And
I was gonna say, I
so
thought we
far.
maybe did. It's great. Jermaine Clement plays a really interesting character in that. He's like he acts like a stoic know-it-all, and it just kind of fits Teacher very well.
Mm.
And that's because Teacher is a smug little bastard,
He's
and
so
Yeah.
smug.
I really
Yeah.
hate him. but I also respect him, and
I don't.
I don't know.
I can't find the respect. I've searched and I've found none.
See,
I
the
don't know what he's
problem is the
doing.
way he's described in this arc, all I can see is this image, which I posted in our chat. It's just Dr. Robotnik from Sonic 2. But just
Oh yeah.
just as he steps out of the portal, bald head, turtleneck,
Yeah.
like dark circular glasses, I'm just like, it's
Mhm,
just Dr. Robotnik. What is he
Yep.
what is he doing? This is stupid. Anyways, that's all.
But-
Jim Carrey is an icon.
I think I've been underestimating Teacher's game a bit, where he did seem, especially in Worm, the little bit that we got of him in Worm, was just very selfish, like the selfish evil villain who just wanted minions to rob his banks
Yeah.
and take down his opponents and stuff like that.
Well,
Whereas-
he even has his description of what he was doing. He's like, we've
Yeah.
got to be prepared for the end of the world, but the cauldron was already doing that.
Right, yeah. Yeah, but he feels like he's doing a lot of prep work for events to come, and he might be
Mhm.
more in the know of things, which is
Mm.
interesting. I also think he obviously was lying to Scapegoat when he was like, you won't be under my influence.
You can pass
Like-
that off.
Yeah, you could pass that off. Like, okay.
Yeah.
We already know from Saints Interlude that he hides his influence incredibly well,
Yep.
Yeah.
and that people
Mhm.
don't know they're under it. So
Yeah.
sorry, Scapey. I think you got there a bit, but
Yep.
A little.
we'll see.
He's
Yeah.
got
Yeah,
like
no,
reverse charisma where you can't even tell because you're like, oh, I'm so repulsed by this guy. But then he says something, you're like, oh, I guess I'll do it just to get out of here. And you're like, wait a minute. Am I
Yeah.
doing it because he just said that? Or is it because I just want to be out of the same room with
That's
him?
exactly right.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Bernard
man.
says between teacher and goddess, who should breakthrough side with?
God,
Uh, neither. Neither.
Mm.
I,
I
don't
mean,
think at this point.
Again,
Machine Army.
Teacher.
Come on.
Neither. The machine, yeah,
machine-
the
I
machine
forgot
army.
about Machine Army.
Subsumed,
That's
becomes
true.
subsumed
So
to the
Jacob's
machine
with
army.
the AI, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, AI overlords are coming.
I will go with, of course, how I played
goddess.
Baldur's Gate for that one campaign, which is whoever's the hottest in the room is correct at the time.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
So
For
Teacher
now,
never
it's
wins.
just- yeah, teacher never wins, and
I'm just-
when
just
Goddess does
imagining-
show up, then it'd be Goddess.
Well,
There you
what
go.
confirmation do we have that Goddess is like really bad?
I mean, she's wearing a fur coat. Come on,
I mean, yeah, and she
Blue-
only
blue-
like
light
control
blue
entire
jacket, fur
planets as an
coat, like fur
authoritarian.
neck. Come on.
I mean, I don't know that they should ally with either of them. My
No.
gut tells
That wasn't
me
the question. It was which.
which. Well, here's the thing.
Nick.
My gut tells me, listen, I'm getting there. Just
Let him cook.
in spite of being a Dr. Robotnik looking asshole, I feel like there's a chance that teacher is trying to continue the positive legacy of Cauldron, if you can say they had one. However, the thing is, right, we don't know anything about Goddess, so we have no idea, besides the fact that she was an authoritarian ruler over an entire
Yeah.
planet. That is all we know about her.
Mhm.
That's right.
Doesn't
Fair
lend
enough.
me to trust her very much, and maybe she's got some huge
True.
bazongas, like, we
Eh,
know that.
And that she
but-
dated Amy, which is
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
And then she's
Well,
gone on
okay,
a date
that's
with
a
you.
point against.
There's a
No.
point against, exactly.
that's what I'm saying. No, it's
That's true.
Yeah, it's a
We'd have
point
to
against.
work with Amy if we worked with Goddess.
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like you work with teacher in the same capacity you work with Tattletale. If your goals align, you recognize the threat they are, but work with them to get those goals complete. And then cut them off immediately after. like
But I
that's-
want to work with Tattletale, and I don't want to
Right.
work with Amy.
Well, that I meant teacher in that regard. Teacher and Tattletale are
Ah.
similar in that regard. Goddess, we just don't know enough about yet to know
Yeah.
what
True.
the motives are and what's going on.
For that.
Goddess
And
could
let's
be
not
totally
forget
fine.
the mention of another party that we hadn't, at least I don't think we had been privy to until teacher mentions it. Mentions the group taking orders from the young precog.
Dinah's team.
yes!
Yeah. Dinah
Yeah.
has a team
I
too.
didn't realize there was. I mean, I forgot
Yeah.
about Dinah.
Yeah.
And
Assuming
and-
that's Dinah.
And
Also,
which
yeah.
group is that? But the anti-hero or the anti-cape group too?
Mm-hmm.
The
Do they have a-
anti-cape group.
Mhm.
That's what he says, isn't it?
A
Is that
name?
the anti-cape group is taking orders from the
Oh.
precog, and they don't even know it.
And they don't even know it, right? Yeah.
Because
Oh.
they're
Whoa.
So
which-
cool.
kind of also works in line with like Nieves was approached not by the precog allegedly, but by Earth Kite,
Right.
who has been instigating a lot of
Mm.
shit.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Yeah.
there are, as far as we know, the Mortari, which is the people who are currently in power in the city.
Yes.
Mhm.
Leftover, what is it? Leftover Number Man and Citrine.
Citrine.
We
Right.
have the Kite group
hmm
that's doing all sorts of stuff. We have Teachers group that is now essentially Cauldron. We have Goddess,
In the
who's up to
whiteboard.
some shit. And then we have Dinah doing shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Plus
there
the-
is
handful of other.
power plays all
Yeah.
over the place. And then meanwhile, and we don't know where Tattletale is on this, but
Mhm.
Tattletale said, something about that she's trying to hold things together and work with some people to do that, like Mortari. But her goal is like to just keep her people safe and keep things stable. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all she wants.
Yeah.
The last big thing from
Yeah.
Tattletale was
Yeah.
trying to get what's his face from Rain's
Rain?
cluster, right?
They would get
Trying to get Cradle. She wanted
Cradle,
to
yeah.
attain
Yeah.
Cradle.
Cradle, yeah,
so
yeah.
she's still strategizing there.
Yeah, I mean, there seem to be a lot of players, and I think that's what this interlude really did well. Was it felt like between the very end of 8/12 and this interlude, it felt like okay, all of these players are converging, things are happening. These are the moments I
Yes.
like when I feel like there's a lot that's about to happen,
Yeah.
and I'm excited to see
Yeah,
what's
me
going
too.
on. Scapegoat's power. I don't want to overlook Scapegoat's power being a lot more interesting than it first appeared.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically
cool to see
passing
that.
on bits of not just like he's not just taking on the injuries of others, but he's passing on bits of it to every dimensional version of himself he can touch, as
Yeah.
well as the
Right.
person he's touching, like shunting off bits of it to like, oh, this version will have a little back pain, this version will get a cut on their leg, and like throwing bits of it to try to heal them faster. It's very
Yeah.
interesting. And then, of course, teacher coming in and being like, "You're more powerful than you know. Take
Mhm.
my hand. I can help you."
Yeah.
And then it
Tap
just
into it.
exploding in
Yeah.
potency with his ability to like push things
Right.
onto other people is so fascinating.
It also
Very interested to see how that pans out.
I was gonna say it also adds dimensionality to a Scion because of how his power works, that he can see what's going on. That like his power specifically is like when Scion came to Earth Bet and is the cause to split it from Earth Aleph, kind of for
Mhm.
the most part. Like he shattered Earth Bet's reality into a bunch of different pieces as well, which are all kind of all the stuff that he's looking at, all the dimensions
Yeah.
dimensions he's
Yeah.
touching are all Earth Bet dimensions.
Mhm.
They're
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
and he talks about like yeah, he like split it in order to like see all the different things and work on all the different things, and like, but that isn't how Earth Aleph or Gimel is. Like that is an Earth Bet world, or
Right.
specifically type thing that is caused by Scion. I was like, that's really weird.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
like inside your own multiverse, there's a quantum multiverse going on just in that one.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I'm
because
really
otherwise it'd be
curious.
like, we know there's other people in other worlds, and what's to say that like Scapegoat Earth Bet isn't essentially passing it on to Scapegoat Earth Aleph?
Mhm.
Right.
And this is like,
Yeah.
no, this is all Earth Bet, scapegoats, just every possible version. Like that's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. It's wacky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm curious if that's going to expand any more, especially as his power's grown, because it seemed to imply as well that he was aware of other versions of himself that had his power, same power, and
Mm.
those that didn't,
Yeah.
right? So
Mhm.
like
Right. Yeah.
the implication being, if that connection can be strengthened in any way, that becomes a really powerful ability. If you can, shunt off your injuries, or they can, your alternate selves can take your injuries and vice versa. It's a really fun power to think about. I like it a
So
lot.
here's
I don't really think it will, but it's
yeah,
fun.
so here's some
Mm.
fun stuff with that. Just thinking outside the box here. We know that other people, you have alternate versions of yourself on probably don't have powers, but we know that he can shunt stuff to them, and we know that shards basically are looking for DNA, and that you can confuse them with like siblings or twins and stuff like that adds to weird
Mhm.
stuff. And so like the ability to maybe have your power and then shunt it also onto an alternate version of yourself,
Mm-hmm.
being ability that like he could pass his powers on, and then combine that with the fact that we do know that because of Valkyrie, that like your shards do collect essentially information off of you as well. Like
Mhm.
they do maintain like not personhood, but almost personality, or like if we want to do even less of that, it's like a shadow of you kind of.
Yeah. A
They
very
talk
small
about like
piece of you.
a very small piece of you, this just faded image of you. But the idea of like, what if you could essentially take one of those dead ones and put it onto a live person?
Mhm.
What if you found, we know she has, we'll just say Eidolon,
Mm-hmm.
what if she found Earth Aleph Eidolon and was like, oh, uh, and is, somehow the dead shard is there, but it's like, oh, that's my live person. And like, and then
Right.
all of a sudden you have essentially new Eidolon.
Noodle on, if you will. Yeah.
Noodleon. Yep.
Fascinating.
Well, not
to be
which is
confused
not
with,
nude Eidolon.
yes, because nobody wants that. But also not to be confused with nude Xandria.
Nude Zan, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Very interesting.
Noodle.
Mm.
Either way,
All right.
exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring on Arc 9.
And now moves are being made.
Yep.
Moves.
Oh, and
Yeah.
teacher has Valafor in custody as well, and is
He
working on.
does.
Oh, right.
Friggin'
Yeah.
Valafor, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And he's
Can-
like, yeah.
Eyeless, jawless Valafor.
And they talk about how he's trying to use Valafor to keep up with Goddess.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Very
Danger Will
interesting.
Robinson,
Very-
let me tell you.
Mhm.
Yep.
You know
and
the
he
whole
knows
thing
about
about,
Kinsey
like-
too. teacher did mention he knows about Kinsey as well. I was like, oh.
Oh yeah, we know about that. And yeah, at the
Well,
very
I
end.
was gonna say, I think
We know about that. It's not a
it
problem.
feels as if the Kenzie, like the one interlude, essentially happened at the same time. Like, oh,
That's
while
the
you were
description I
in
got.
there, like was probably while she was like in the car, and he's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we got to deal with this, and you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it felt intentional.
Mm. Wah, 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 wah.
We'll see where it goes.
yeah, a lot of interconnected pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of interconnected pieces. All right. Well, with that being done, let's go through some last final questions and we'll get out of here. Now,
Good.
Hannah. And I asked this to the chat and I'll give them some time. When, chat, do you think Hannah cried? We'll discuss.
When did Hannah cry?
Jacob, prediction for when Hannah cried while reading.
When
In
did
the
Hannah cry,
reading.
Jacob?
And it was just a single time, you say?
It was the only time that I cried. It was just a moment where I just got really choked up. I don't know why, but it just hit me. And that was the only time that it happened while reading.
I will guess when the description of the wretch in at the talk show came out. Be my guess.
Nick?
What you got, Nick?
I mean, that was gonna be mine too. It was between that or. No, I think that was it. That would be the one. Or
Or
no,
something
you know what?
random like the
You know what?
dude
I'm gonna
with
throw it
long
to something else. I'm gonna throw it to something else.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say
think
that
more
you.
random.
More random.
You
I
mean Gamble?
Yeah, Gamble.
Gamble.
Not being able to
When
slow down.
Gamble wasn't able. Poor Gamble couldn't slow down.
Got the speed curse.
No, you know what? I'm gonna say it was when Natalie and Kinsey were in the car. There was something in that conversation that got you.
That friends times infinity times 6.
Oh yeah, that
That
was a
was-
good little moment. I did like that moment a lot. Yeah. And then infinity times 7 when Crypt, because
When Chris
she's
shows up.
referencing
Oh no,
Cryptid, right?
we bump it down to wait, was it?
Is
I
that
thought
the
it got
moment
bumped down to 5.
when Cryptid shows up and she's like, "Oh, infinity times
Infinity
6."
times 7.
Is
Or
that the
times
moment?
6.
It's when Chris shows up and she says he came, and then she says
Yeah.
infinity times, and I lost it. I just that
got
just
there.
got me. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, Chris has been my, which we'll just talk about in a second, but like Chris has been my problematic character of the group for a while, and
Mhm.
he's also such a question mark of the group. There's still so much we don't know about him, and that he's so contrary and so difficult and such a teenage boy. But when Kinsey needed help, he was fucking there for her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're about to get like
It's
10
fine.
bingos.
Yeah.
Bingo.
My
Excuse
guess
me a second.
my guess was going to be because the one that kind of got for me was Kenzie stepping in front of Natalie and going,
Oh,
I am
yeah.
the
Woman.
hero.
Yeah.
I need to be the one to do this. I'm like, the man has like a knife, Kenzie. Like,
You're a kid.
yeah.
It's a good moment.
Mhm.
It's a real
Yeah.
good moment.
Mm.
Well, we can move that right along. What are our feelings about the troublesome person in Breakthrough now? Especially given that we've brought up the murder charge again.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Still
Not-
Victoria for me.
Yeah, not a lot changed on that guess. I get the sense, I mean, the more this goes on, the more I get the sense that they were all the troubled kid, and that was just sort of Yamada's way of being like, hey, I need you. But if you got to pick one, I do still like Victoria being the one that she was really concerned about.
You
Yeah,
know, I'm just gonna go ahead and spoil it for you.
Yeah.
The real troubled kid that Wildbow was writing about was the reader.
Oh yeah,
Us.
Yeah.
Or the
I thought
trouble
you
The
were gonna
real
say
troubled kid
himself.
was the reader inside of us.
The real
all.
the
troubled
reader
kid was
that
Wild
we
Bow
all
himself.
along.
It was his
real
fans.
breakthrough,
It's wild.
or the breakthroughs we made along the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh gosh.
These are actually just long-term therapy notes that Wildbow wrote out for himself.
Yeah.
Bless.
No,
I still think it's
I'm
best.
sticking. I know I'm probably wrong, but I'm sticking with Victoria. And I felt like she kind of had like a snap moment here where we see
did.
that she can't always control her aura very well.
You did.
Oh
Uh-huh.
man,
Went
she got
full,
pushed.
Just
She got
waiting for
pushed over
somebody to
the
go
edge.
through the wretch blender.
which I
And
realized
just,
visualizing is
you know.
definitely just Gandalf's Bilbo Baggins, and he gets all big and dark. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's the fear aura.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. The fear
That's what-
aura.
Now imagine that,
Totally.
and it grabs you.
yeah.
Your one hand on my shoulder, your
Yeah.
other hand on my waist, your other hand
Your
on my.
other hand.
Oh my god.
Love it.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Mhm.
theories for what's going to happen next.
I mean, we're still building towards some type of interdimensional confrontation. You know,
Yeah.
what that looks like. Who knows? But that feels like a good theory at this point.
All right, sub theory.
We love sub theories,
Gotta love
This is not true, but
but I want it to be.
Goddess is an alternative Earth version of Victoria.
Ooh. What a
Oh,
fun
I like that
theory.
actually.
Because
Oh my gosh,
if I'm
so
going
much.
off of its incredibly powerful, charismatic power, is kind of how I read Goddess's thing.
Yeah.
If Victoria had gotten her emotion aura as a thinker power instead of as a, she's a shaker, a brute,
Yeah.
whatever she is.
Yeah, Bert, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like what if?
I mean, following with
oh,
that, what if she can just
so
like
much.
keep? We talk about as a bubble of omniscience. What if within that, like she essentially has her force field, but whatever's in the field, she can
Mhm.
control
Makes
as well.
sense, God.
Because we know that like the wretch can grab things, so like what's
Yeah.
preventing her from like looking at a camera and
Right.
like retching it out of the sky?
That's a fun theory.
Cool.
But then also, Amy, it's like, come on, girl. Just like abandons one reality. It's like, well, I'll try this one.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've got to
yeah.
get it right eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Interesting.
I know that's probably not true, but I just
That's a
think
fun
that's
theory,
funny
though.
to
I like
imagine.
that.
Well, I think it's a very fun theory. Yeah.
Thank you.
I
I'll
have
write the
been
fanfic.
wondering if we were going to get any crossover characters from other dimensions. Right? It feels
Yeah, I
like
feel like we
that
should have
be a
gotten
plot
more.
point. We'll see.
Mhm,
Like more
mhm.
weird versions and crossovers. Like we really
Yeah.
have we run into any?
Well, because
Yeah.
remember, they're so minimal
Yeah.
in terms of.
Well,
A lot of people died
and I have run into any. Like
Yeah.
during Gold Morning. I think it's implied that like across dimensions, a lot of people died.
a lot of people
Yeah.
died.
Yes.
That's true.
Your other selves probably got, Thanos snapped essentially.
Weld's brother Mortar,
Yeah.
who just has the same thing but for stones.
Yeah. Mortar. It's good. Good. Nice. I like
Oh,
that.
I got metal.
I like that a lot,
He-
actually.
Thanks.
I made of rocks.
Yeah.
He can't walk
Oh,
outside.
geez, well,
man.
Yeah.
Just keep picking up the concrete.
Yep.
Have you
Just
ever-
find all the alternative selves and just each get progressively worse. Like
Yeah.
the objects they can absorb.
It's the ghost of Christmas worst power.
Yeah.
It's like in this, what
Aw.
you would have been if your power was really shitty. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
thank God, I have this power. And Merry
Uh.
Christmas to you all.
Have you seen
Well, Mortar.
that meme where it's like a ghost pops into my bedroom with an alternative reality version of me, and it's like, and this is what you could be, and they're like, no, ghost, spare me the horrible visions. It's
Yes,
like,
yes.
what the fuck?
Yeah,
You're just like
I do love
you're just
that
like
one.
in your jammies in bed, like for what?
Yeah. Fran, to do a slight correctness, because I know they talk about the divergence point is in the 80s, at least for Earth Aleph. We know that the other worlds had divergences at much different times.
Yeah,
because
Earth,
like
Earth,
height
Shi'at,
is-
they diverged a while ago to have that theocratic.
Yeah, I want to say it was
Autocracy.
like the 1700s or something like that, or maybe
Mhm.
before then.
Because they also didn't progress very well technologically, I believe.
Yeah.
Compared to other Earths.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
not. I'm just gonna pass us by the powers since we didn't do any.
What about old
Oh,
Gamble?
Do we want to talk about gamble?
Gamble.
This
Which
is
is
my
a
favorite
word for
Gamble.
essentially like moving with like whimsy.
I just
Mhm.
loved his like Doc said I can't stop. I gotta keep running.
I got a doctor's note. I got a doctor's note.
God,
And then
doctor's
he's like doing zoomies up on the fence. Like
Oh,
he has
that's
to like
so
jump up on the
great.
fence and like
Yeah.
jump down and like
He's
It's like
literally
kids
just like
playing
power
mermaids in
sliding.
the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
the way
they're just like,
I saw it was like he like jumps over him, clings on the fence for a second, and then has to jump off and like much like a cat running up the wall.
You know what
for no
I'm
reason.
you know what I'm visualizing? Have any of you guys seen Devilman Crybaby?
Yeah.
You know how the demon creatures run with like their arms just like
Yep.
full
yep.
on, like their legs are way too long. That's Gamble. That's how he's running. It's disturbing. I can only
Yeah.
imagine.
They describe
like
him as sort of like getting more giraffe-like, but the end of each of his limbs is like a different animal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like stepping on an elephant is just like every fourth step.
I don't think that's
Well,
quite what it
That's
is.
how I imagined it, at least. He's got an
Yeah, I'm not
Okay.
gonna
elephant
lie.
foot.
I know that it probably meant like a different animal foot at the
Limb.
end, but in
If
my
I look
head,
up a
it sounded like
picture,
he was
will I get
like a
spoilers?
foot, like a whole ass dog is at the end of his foot, is what I felt.
Yeah, probably get spoilers. I
Like
don't know.
walking around like a giraffe in animal slippers, if that makes sense.
Yes.
That works.
Um,
Either way, he wins best power just by default because I think he was the only one.
Yeah.
The only new power.
I think so too, actually.
I mean, Kenzie had her fun little moment, but
She did.
oh,
Kenzie had a really cool one.
the major malfunctions. How
Oh,
could we forget?
duh,
We
right.
didn't
Oh, the
see.
major-
we
how
didn't
could
see
we
forget?
all of them, but
we see them.
we
We
got-
don't really see their powers at work, though.
Yeah.
Is the
Carrie
issue.
added,
No.
Carrie had kind of described their weird breaker power, and we
That
know
was
which
so
are-
cool though. To show the her form that like kind of is like a rolling wave and it's like all kind of rolling and roiling and that was so cool. That was
Yeah,
really neat.
That was cool.
Somebody's gonna have a real
want more
fun time
fun things.
rendering that. All right. Well,
Very fun.
to finish us off, I'll just read off our bingo sheets because we should have bingoed real hard tonight if you were keeping track. Let's see. Compares Worms TV interview with awards. Fuck Neves. Jacob compares something to a movie/TV show. Hannah cries. Simmerg theories. Paint fumes. Fuck
Mm.
teacher. Was Carol actually okay? Fuck Kenzie's parents. Kenzie's kind of badass. Let's go, Natalie. Cat on screen. Love for the malfunctions. Alan rants and Nick goes full teacher.
I feel like we almost hit
almost,
every single
yeah.
scare.
I feel like we
that
hit a
was
lot
all
of
the
those.
ones we hit. We only missed one,
Oh,
which
Look at that.
was Michael has to reel them in.
oh, look at that.
We were good
Look at that.
tonight.
Nice
We
shot.
were well behaved.
Well,
So
I wouldn't
close.
say we were good tonight. I'd think Michael
were-
was just off the game, maybe.
Yeah, Michael wasn't
Wow.
wrangling and riding us as hard.
You want me to
Wow.
ride you, Nick?
Oh
Yes,
boy, does
Michael.
Nick want you to.
Yo, I want you to ride me
I'll
real
ride
hard.
him hard, put him away.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
whoa. Hannah will reel us in if need be. Goodness.
And you
my.
too could listen to that Patreon content if you subscribe.
The boys read through erotica together or something.
Oh, super!
man.
Oh my gosh!
Hannah
Give
sits
us your
that one out.
for
'cause-
a baby. Give us the smuttiest worm fanfic that you have.
Oh, no.
With legal people that are okay and
Legal.
not.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yep.
And maybe we'll read that
Legal
out
adult.
loud.
I would
full
love to read
cast
some.
production.
I
you
would
know?
love to read some worm erotica. I think it'd be hilarious.
Also, reminder: we did read. We all wrote some worm fan fiction that's back in the Patreon. That was
Should we
part of some Patreon
should
content
we
we've
write
done.
worm
Revisit that.
smut?
No.
No,
No.
nope.
We need
No.
to write good
I'm just
fan
saying,
fiction.
maybe we
Listen,
randomize
mean,
I
some
have a
adult
hard enough time
characters
writing
and,
some
Mine-
scenes.
mine
in
was
my
pretty
own
close.
Shit.
It wasn't
Yeah,
quite that
Yours was
that
pretty
explicit,
good.
but
If
I
we if we
tried.
do, I call
Pretty great.
what's his name? Mirrodin. I take off my robe and wizard hat.
I don my robe and wizard
Fantastic.
hat.
Don my robe.
Don my robe. Yeah.
Yeah.
What another great night. Now the big thing
What a great time.
is we are leading to quite a large arc next time. Arc 9, we just finished a good solid, what was this, 82,000? We had to break that up.
Oh, for all of the arc.
Yeah. Which we've been reading 82,000 for the last 2 arcs. We did split it up because Eclipse had like 52,000, so we split, 7,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
on either side. However, Arc 9 is going to be 140,000.
That's a book.
That
That's a whole book. It's a whole.
That is
That's longer than my book.
That is a whole ass book.
Yeah.
So the question is, do we want to read 270,000s or 340,000s?
Man,
270,000 should be fine, right?
I think we can do 270s.
I think
it depends.
We
Alan,
should try.
Is it a good arc?
It's
Yeah.
I would argue.
Is it gonna be lull because this was kind of high energy? Is this gonna be low energy? Because if it is,
I think this is going to be an interesting arc. I think it's going to be a very interesting arc.
Let's
all
try
right,
it.
you heard it here first.
If we have to
folks.
call audibles, we have to call it audible. But let's try.
What are you gonna do? Well,
The big question is
9.1
trying to figure out where to split it, because that's what anytime I've been distracted, I've been sitting here going, which one? Where do I split it at? Chat, I will take suggestions right now. Don't say anything, but if you want to look up and tell me where to split it at. I'm thinking that maybe we split it. Oh man, it's so big.
Are you trying to decide if you want to end on 9.9 or end on 9.y?
Yeah.
Okay.
It might be a little bit. Well, no, they're a little bit bigger per average. I think 9.y might be where it's at.
Let's try it.
That ends on an interlude.
Read through 9.y.
Yeah, it's slightly bigger, and 9.y itself is like
a long one.
19x, which is in the middle of that, is like 14,000 word chapter.
God.
Dang. So it might be a little bit bigger in the front, but I think that's a really good stopping point.
We'll give it a shot.
So 9.1 to 9.y.
9.y.
Alrighty.
Ooh, very well.
Delicious. Eat it up.
And everyone's good with 2 weeks from today, the 30th?
2 weeks from today is the 30th.
The last day of September.
Good.
September. Why you go by so quick?
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Okay. Yeah. We'll see you guys on the 30th.
Yeah.
Should we listen to some music?
Yeah. Oh, what song do we have?
Yes. Michael, give us some songs.
Join the Patreon. Please come on and join the Patreon. Why don't you just join the Patreon? Come support us and join the Patreon. Please help us and join the Patreon. We have fun. Join the Patreon. It's great. Yeah, join the Patreon. Why don't you just join the Patreon? Come on.
Oh? You've joined the Patreon already? What a good, obedient patron you are.
Let's go. All right. We'll see you guys the last day of September 30th in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.